and using his brick shithouse strength, we beat the shit out of the pneumatic pipe until it fell out, and then we just popped the rest
And
of
you
it out.
replaced it with a new one, right? Because
Yep.
that's really all it takes for that particular problem.
Yep. I had a new pneumatic piston ready to go. I just couldn't fucking get it out in my apartment because I couldn't get a good angle on it. Because
It's
I
it's crazy how many people don't know that you don't have to buy another $200 or $100 chair. Just buy a $30 pneumatic tube, and
well, see,
hope you win the lottery on it though, because like some of those go bad within a couple months.
yeah,
They
well, I
just
got
I
a
didn't
new
even
one
have to.
for free, from the RMA team. I told them what happened. I told them I'm pretty sure it's a pneumatic pipe, and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll just send you a new one then. I'm like, great, cool, thanks.
Oh wow, all right.
Nice.
Hope they don't want that back if you ever leave the company for some reason.
No. The people I bought this chair from.
Oh, okay.
No. See, the reason why I had to replace all of the previous chairs is because the tube went, but also the base snapped.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That
All right.
would do it, yeah.
yeah, it's a little bit of an extra thing I can't really replace, especially with those monoblock constructions. But yeah, for this, I was like, oh wait, I can just take the back off my chair and just bring the base to my dad. So I just did that. And he was like, oh, okay, we can do this. Bang, 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 bang. Gave myself tinnitus. Bang. And then the tube popped out, and then we replaced it.
Gave myself tinnitus, as one does.
Yeah, average moment. Right. So tonight, don't have too much to talk about in terms of my business company, place I work at. More
Oh
the same
boy.
as per usual. We quote a client something, and Atten probably has a lot of experience with this. Is client has a problem, and they are only telling you about it after they have halfway fucked it up, and now they need and now they need a rush order on something that can't be rushed. Except you can rush it for like triple the cost, right? And so you tell them, hey, we'll do it at triple the cost, and they're like, no, you're just trying to rip us off, and we're like, well, then we're not going to do it.
You wish I was trying to rip you off.
Right? I was just like, well, okay, well then I'm
Like,
just
hey, it's
not going to do it
I
then.
do love that though. You're trying to rip us off. It's like, no, if we were trying to rip you off, we would have done it for you and then given you the bill afterwards.
Right.
At the price we just quoted. That's ripping you off.
But yeah, so we quoted them a price. They're like, no, that's ridiculous. We're not going to do that price. And they decided to go ahead and cowboy that shit anyway on their own, and proceeded to fuck it up even more. And then because the entire chain of command was lying to each other about what was done and what needs to be done and what we, air quotes, did.
Are they by chance Russian?
Nah.
Wait, holy shit! Are they actually Russian?
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. I would have laughed my ass off if they were in fact.
We do have some Russian clients, to be clear. We do have a couple of Russian clients, and they do some cowboy shit occasionally. But no, so they fucked it up even more, and so they came back to us and they're like, hey, can we do the price you set before now? And we looked at them and we're like, no.
Not now
Why
that you
not?
broke everything.
Because we quoted you for X amount of work, and now you're at X times 3. So, no, we're raising our price. Again.
But that's not fair.
And they're like, but this needs to be done. We needed to be up and running last week. And it's like, well, maybe if you told us that 3 weeks ago. This is another thing I never get with these fucking companies. is like they'll call in and they'll be like, "Oh, we need an employee set up." And we're like, "Okay, well, when do they need to be set up by?" "Oh, by the end of the day today." And we're like, "Yeah, that's not happening. Um, why didn't you call earlier? What do you mean?" "Well, it's not like you just fucking hired them off the goddamn street today. You clearly knew you were hiring this fucking person. Why didn't you tell us?"
Boy, do
Because
I
fuck you.
have boy do I have a special one. It's
Yeah.
sneaky. You'll love this one. So, customer buys a belt from us, right?
Right.
For their
As
drying.
one does.
Basically
Yeah.
like a conveyor belt. Right? And they get this belt and they go, "Oh, hey, it looks like we're missing." They pull it out of the box. And they go, "Oh, it looks like it's missing a part that the old belt had." "Oh, whatever, just throw it on there."
No.
Good. Yeah, we're off to a great start.
Now, the thing that was missing was like it was basically like a track guide
Yeah, that sounds important.
to keep it from ripping the shit out of the belt from,
Yeah,
you
that
know,
sounds important.
components and machinery. So they throw this belt
Right,
on there.
yeah.
They start running it. It's working. And then a little bit, and then like after 3 days, oops, it's ripped all the shit. And they call us asking for a refund. They said, "Yeah, we noticed a part was missing, but we just threw it on anyway. Can we get a refund?"
No.
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 And thank you for
If it
admitting it on
wasn't-
phone, by the way.
Right, yeah.
If it wasn't the right part, you should have sent it back.
No,
It's
you don't even
not
have to send it
hard.
back. We could have sent you fucking 8. We could have sent you 10 of that part. We sell them in a pack. Because
Right.
as replacement, we could have sent you
Right.
10 of that pack for free. We'd have next day entered it at our expense, and you'd have been up and running.
Yeah.
Now you
people
need another belt.
Some people just make the dumbest fucking choices, and it's just like, why did you
Because
do
it was
that?
easier at the time.
Yeah.
It's like you can actively see that this is a bad idea.
Oh, no. They didn't know that it was a bad idea. They just knew it wasn't the right one. But it went on there, so it was good enough.
Yeah. It's the classic, I don't understand what I'm doing, but this seems to work, so I'm just going to do it.
I mean, makes me feel better just imagining people like playing stupid games and that's it.
Actually, you know what? This was in a mechanical shop.
You
or
are the
something,
winner
right?
of the fuck
Factory?
prize.
This
You
went in
fucked
like
around.
a factory or something.
Now you get to find out.
Was that sign?
So the part went in like a factory or something, right?
Yeah. It was a factory part. Yeah.
I bet you the maintenance guy who was supposed to put that on there told him, "Hey, look, it's missing this part that the other one had. That's probably important. We should probably call them." And his supervisor said, "Nah, go ahead and swap it out."
Yeah. No.
I
Well. Yeah.
bet you that's what
100% very likely of just no. That would mean we'd be down for an extra day.
Another day, yeah, another 2 days. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars lost, or
Yeah.
tens of thousands of dollars lost. Go ahead and replace it.
Yep. No, we've had several of our clients do shit like that of, "Oh, well, this really should be done this way, but that would make us down for another 10 hours, which is another $100,000 we're losing. We can't stay down that long. We have to do it this way now." It's like, okay, well, you just broke it more. So now instead of you being down for 10 more hours, now you're down for a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they blame you for doing it wrong. They got to shift that blame.
I do so love how
Yep.
the corporate rat race culture of the 80s and 90s completely fucked over modern day corporations.
Well, see,
Yeah.
Max, the problem is that the people who worked there in the 80s and 90s are still working there.
I know.
Yeah.
They continue to fuck it over.
Yeah.
I still love, by the way,
as
the
I
same
said
people
yeah.
that tell you just got to have gumption, or the
Yeah.
ones who are telling you,
The
no, I don't want you
bootstraps.
here because they don't
Yeah.
like your gumption.
I
Yeah.
don't want you to have gumption. Yeah. Do what I
want
say,
you to
not
have
what I do.
less gumption.
Yeah. As I was telling Atten earlier, I'm just like, we're having laws getting passed on this shit by people who view the height of technology for computers is vacuum tube alien tier tech, right?
No, come on,
And
hang on. You said Palm Pilot.
sorry, I was telling someone else vacuum tubes, but yeah, I told Atten Palm Pilot was like the
Can
height
we-
of phones.
Can we go back to vacuum tubes? Those things just kept fucking working.
I know.
Yeah, the problem was they're
If
too
I
big.
installed that shit, I knew it was going to keep going for like years before needing
But
to be
Max,
checked.
then I couldn't nickel
Yeah,
and
exactly.
dime my customer for constant replacement parts.
Yeah,
fuck
if
you,
it
give me your
lasts that
pinky.
long,
Right,
If it-
so
if it
anyway,
lasts that long,
gentlemen,
they
I
can't
have brought
make
you
money.
here today to talk about a evergreen topic on this podcast.
Oh no.
Oh god.
fan fiction.
Oh, Killionaire.
Ah,
Yeah, Killionaire gave us a slight
So, I have
spoiler
been
on that.
playing a lot of Fallout 76. And
Yeah, I've
much-
noticed.
yeah. I've
also been playing an amount of Fallout 76.
Yeah. I only have 280 hours in it.
Jesus Christ, dude.
You've only owned it for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
3 at the most.
Yeah. And I've played a lot of it, and I've gone through a lot of the quests now, and I unfortunately have to report back in. We have another Horizon Zero Dawn situation on our hands. Sorry, no,
gentlemen,
Forbidden West.
unfortunately, women.
Yes, unfortunately, women. So for some reason, someone's infinite imagination, they got it in their heads that it's really good to make every single leader in the game a woman. So for like every male leader of a faction in the game, there's 9 women-led factions. And the problem with doing this is if you want to have conflict in a post-apocalypse, then these factions have to fuck up and make mistakes and do things. But amusingly, they decided to stay true. So they didn't make these women fuck up in a guy way. They made these women fuck up in a woman way. What do I mean by this? Well, so let's start with how Fallout 76 happens. You are part of Vault 76. Your vault has vault opening day, and you are all released into the wide yonder.
To be clear, one thing that is, I think, important to cover, Vault 76 is a control vault, so it's supposed to open early. And did they say we have a GEC? I think they said we had a GEC.
No, we did not.
A what?
The
Garden
purpose, the Garden of Eden creation kit. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
That's gonna
Fallout
be
shit. We can
relevant
talk about
soon.
it later.
So when Vault 76, the purpose of Vault 76 was to release intelligent and capable people into the Appalachian wilderness after it becomes safe enough to do so around the 20-year mark, to recontrol the nuclear silos, which are automated to a certain extent. What do I mean by automated nuclear silos? I mean they are nuclear missile factories that also have a launch silo attached to them. And the purpose of Vault 76 was to release a control population. And so what I mean by control population, what that means by control population is a lot of vaults for the Fallout verse are experiment vaults, as in, we're going to take a bunch of musicians and artists and creative types, put them in a vault and drive them all insane and see what happens, because fuck you. And then you have other vaults like Vault 101, which was supposed to never open, and they were just going to see how long a vault could last. And then you have other vaults like the vault of Fallout 1, which was supposed to fail intentionally. The water purifier was supposed to intentionally fail, causing them to open the vault, but otherwise the vault was going to be perfectly normal and work properly. So basically all of these vaults had different like little tests they were running. Some of them were normal, some of them were exotic. Like one vault had 999 women in it and one guy, and another vault had 999 men in it and one woman.
Spoiler alert, neither of those ended well.
No, neither of those ended well. So,
Hooray.
Vault 76's purpose was to be a control vault, which means no experiment running, but their real purpose was to operate as a military force to retake the nuclear missile silos in the name of America. And it was all fucked up. So the vault should have kept running. It should have been a home base for the vaulters. They had the supplies and the ability and the defenses. But the overseer was a woman. And she decided that on vault opening day, she was going to have a massive woman moment and force an evacuation on the vault and seal it, preventing them from ever coming back.
Why?
Why would she do this, you might ask? Yes, thank you. So the reason why she did this is because of a very convoluted series of events. So she was slated to be the overseer of Vault 101. However, her husband-to-be was not going to be allowed to go into Vault 101. He also wasn't going to be allowed to go into Vault 76 because he wasn't going to make the cut for the qualifications. And so she decided that instead of leaving her husband-to-be, she was going to give up on being the overseer of Vault 101, which is in DC, and instead become the overseer of Vault 76 so she could spend more time with her now not husband, and then hopefully try and work politics to get him in. But ultimately the bombs dropped before that could occur. So he got left outside of the vault. And she felt so guilty about this, she decided to abandon her post and abandon her job to go on a Appalachian spanning tour of trying to find him instead of securing the nuclear missile silos. And then she found him. And it turns out that he turned into a zombie.
Is he a feral ghoul or just a ghoul?
No, a zombie. Just a whole ass zombie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Whole-ass
think of
zombie, you say.
basically think of ghoul mixed with flood.
Oh boy.
It's called the Scorched. And so she couldn't bring herself to kill him. So she locked him in a room and cried. And decided to not go back to do her job. And only after you do her job for you does she show up and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry for abandoning my post. I was really broken up emotionally, and I had to have some personal time." And your only options are, "That was a lousy thing to do, and it's okay, I understand."
Can you
Well,
shoot
yeah,
her?
that's because you can't kill.
So, I'm gonna
I
be
think-
honest.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'd have been fine with a story like this. Like, this would have made a good side quest on something like Witcher 3, or even a Star Wars like Knights of the Old Republic. This sounds like a side quest I'd find and have like 3 to 6 hours in. Except they wouldn't make this woman in charge of an entire organization.
Yeah, so the other problem
Like,
is how they delivered
Yeah.
this whole thing. So back
It
when
would-
the game launched, people weren't in the game.
Yeah, I remember that being a whole thing.
Yeah, so
That
you
was,
had
that
to
was a
follow her
6-month
storyline
complaint.
by collecting holotapes she left behind where she just cries into the holotape for 2 minutes.
Oh,
And you had to collect 10 of these. and she just whines and bitches and complains in every single
Okay.
holotape.
All right. Well, normally this would have been a sympathetic, lost love side quest or main quest in another game,
Yeah.
but here they fucked it up. in
Also, it
every
was a
way that
main
matters.
quest. By the way, that was the other thing, is it was the main quest. That was the main
Yeah.
quest.
Okay. That would
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the factors that were already laid out, I would have
Yeah.
been fine with this personally. I would have been like, yeah, I'm here. I want to help this character, whatever they are. Now I'm just like, man, I think it's time
You
to
should've-
install myself as overseer and implement some implement
You know what?
some
You know what would have been funny?
implement some justice about treason.
Right.
You know what would have been funny? You find that instead of finding her or her coming to you, you find her corpse with a final holotape, and it's just like a Borderlands 2 fucking thought she could save her husband and gets in by him holotape of her screaming.
Oh, see, that's the funny part,
Yeah.
actually, is so the final holotape you find is actually her having been wounded by her husband because she was too concerned with trying to contain him that she used up all of her medication on trying to save him and didn't save any for herself to save herself. And the final holotape is just like, oh, I don't think I'm going to make it. And it turns out she totally makes it. But yeah, that was the final holotape. And it's just like, what the fuck? And then, so when you finally launch a nuke, a special holotape spawns. And it's just her bitching at you for launching a nuke. The nukes that she was supposed to secure. And then didn't.
No, okay, I do understand someone being like, why are you launching nukes? We aren't supposed to be launching them.
Counterpoint, woman, there is a fucking dragon.
Yeah, but if she did her job, I wouldn't have been able to launch the nuke.
Yes.
I mean, other counterpoint.
Yeah.
You're dead. Stop nagging me. I already had your final tape. Leave me alone.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
yeah.
like, okay, you're fucking kidding me.
Just
Now,
like,
I will
why
say,
are
part of the reason
stalking
you
me?
can't
You're
kill her
dead.
is something that I noticed, which is just a failing of the game being multiplayer. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't kill NPCs. By which I mean
Yeah.
NPCs that you talk to.
Yeah.
You can't just go and shoot them. And that's because this is a big ol' MMO that's not an MMO, but it is an MMO.
It's a micro MMO, so it's like a MO. No, I mean, I guess it technically still counts as an MMO. It's just not, instead of, massive multiplayer, it's a micro multiplayer.
Micro multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, it's an MMO in the same way that DayZ was, or Rust.
Yeah,
so on and so forth.
yeah, effectively, yeah. And no, don't get me wrong. I think they actually have a good balance of the number of players per server as well. They get a little bit dead during off hours, but during peak hours, it is just the right amount of players per server.
Yeah. Yeah, that's generally what I found.
What is the player limit on those, anyways?
25.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, no,
No,
and the map's actually
That's
really big.
That's super manageable.
Yeah, and
it's
the map's
it's
really
a
big,
good
actually,
amount
too.
for Fallout because you can run into other people, but you mostly won't unless you're showing up to events.
Yeah. And apparently
I think
Atten
is
as
good.
well is through my research of like trying to find out like is this a good daily to run? Should I be doing these things? Because there's a lot of legacy content in the game, so I'm just trying to figure out which content I'm supposed to still be doing.
Yeah.
And doing all of this research, I actually found out that, a lot of the dailies you don't even need to bother with because they don't actually contribute anything anymore. But it turns out that when we started playing the game is actually the best time this game has ever had in this moment. Like, the builds are the most balanced, the guns are the most fun, the inventory system is the best.
You mean they finally polished the turd to the point where it's
Yeah,
usable?
well, no, they didn't actually just polish the turd. They whole ass replaced the turd with a real apple.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, it is very cheap on Steam right now.
I mean, I got it for $10, I 100% recommend it at $10. I'm having if you've ever played a Fallout game and have been like, man, I wish I could do this, but with my friends. This. And
I tried it
apparently,
when it
Fallout
first
games are cheap,
came
so-
out, and I got so burned out on it.
apparently with the upcoming patch, they're actually even improving all of the things At and I were complaining to each other about as well in terms of some of the events. So they're
Really?
fixing that. Yeah, they're lowering the HP on the bosses. They're rejiggering the resistances to the bosses, so they're no longer giga tanks and stuff like that anymore. And like more builds are going to be viable now.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
They're giving every
considering-
single named weapon special characteristics that set it
Fuck,
apart
that
from the
game
normal
was
weapon.
week 1.
Oh god, the game was so fucked weak.
Oh my
I
god.
remember
that
Nose
game was
getting me the game
abominable.
week 1, and it was just a shit show, and I'm like, Nose, I'm refunding it, don't worry about it.
Sorry, what was it? What was the game?
You bought me Fallout 76, remember, because you lost the bet?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
And
you
then
guys had
I
a whole
was
bet
like-
going on.
Yeah. And then I refunded it. I told Nose, don't worry about it, man. It was fucking terrible. Oh my god. It was so... When the game first came out, all of the quests were given to you by holotapes you found on the ground. And like, it was just the dumbest, lamest thing ever.
Oh, it was so bad. Like, because
But,
here's the
yeah.
thing. I was there, I wasn't playing with Sneaky. I was
Yeah.
playing it on the PS4, because
Mm.
that's what I was able to get it on, because the video store I worked at rented games. And they got a copy of Fallout 76. And normally we weren't allowed to take the new games for, like, several weeks. But, like, I just went to my boss and I was like, hey man, I want to try this Fallout 76 thing, and it's nobody's fucking touched it or even asked me about it. I'm like, can I check it out? He's like, don't even check it out, just take it. Just take the disc.
Damn.
I
At that
didn't
point,
keep it. I didn't keep it because like that we would have had to account for. But like I played it for like a week ish, and yeah, like again. I think I remember talking to Sneaky about this because you were playing at the same time,
Yeah.
and we were like, "There's a bunch of quests in here that I wish were in real Fallout game, not the main quest.
Yeah.
The side. There's a bunch of the side quests where I'm like, I wish this was in a real Fallout game."
Yeah.
A
So,
real Fallout game.
back to women and how they're fucking up everything in the game. So that's the main quest. So with the advent of the Wastelanders DLC and them adding in real people back into the game in terms of NPCs that you can talk to, one of the new starter quests to kind of get you familiar with how the world works is called the Wayward Souls series, or whatever the fuck it was. And it's this little inn run by this woman who's a real girl boss bitch, and she's tough, and don't mess with her. And so you do a series of stupid little fetch quests for her, and you know, an entire raider army shows up looking for this treasure that she knows about, and she lies to you about knowing about it. And basically, like, lies to you and, like, tries to trick you into fighting the raiders for her. And you can make a deal with them to give them half the treasure or the whole treasure, in exchange for a mask that I didn't get because apparently I learned later on that the mask was legacy content and only people who did it at a certain time got the mask. Which is sad,
Oh,
but...
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's like, you know,
nothing
so it is
says
what it is.
fun like FOMO in a game set up like that.
Yeah.
Right? Especially when they leave the quest in. Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, at least you still get the story content because that's what some people play these games for. On the other
Yeah.
hand, that's still super shitty of you.
Yeah, it is pretty rough, and I will say they did do a kind of smart thing where they broke armor into armor and apparel goes over the armor. So if you don't wear apparel,
Yeah,
it shows the
that was
armor.
one of the better decisions they made.
Yeah, so you can still have armor, but you're like, but I really want my character to be wearing a suit, and I want to see the suit. You can just wear the suit, and you won't see the armor, but you'll still get all the benefits of the armor. So that's nice. And what they did for helmets is all of the helmets are apparel instead of being armor. So you're not punished for wanting to wear a beret and glasses instead of like a combat helmet. So that's nice. But the problem was that they didn't really make it clear. There's like a lot of these quests aren't very clear on what they still give out and what they don't give out anymore. And like you have to like
Yeah.
dig into the patch notes to find out like shit's been removed. So it's like this is rough. But anyway, so during the quest, you go back to her to tell her the situation that you gotta go find the treasure now, blah blah blah, right? And she's like, okay, fine, I'll tell you about the treasure. And she brings you into this room that inside of her inn, and there's a fucking flood zombie, a scorched, just in this room tied up. And everyone justifiably freaks out on this woman. Like, what the fuck? Why did you bring one into our goddamn home? We are sleeping next to this creature. What the fuck? And she's like, but it's Crane. I couldn't kill him. What if we could still save him? And she's
Can't
like,
put a bullet in it.
you thankfully have dialogue lines of, lady, what the fuck are you doing? You're putting everyone at risk. Because, like, a single like, the Scorched Plague is so virulent that a Scorched scratching you is enough to infect you. And then you die and turn into a Scorched zombie.
Oh. Okay.
And they're called Scorched because they scream as their skin sloughs off.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah. Honestly, 10 out of 10 enemy type, because you see all these like petrified green-black corpses everywhere, and when you touch them, they disintegrate into dust. And at first you're like, okay, that's whatever. But then when you start finding the Scorched, if they don't detect you, they're actually standing in the same positions that these petrified corpses are in. And it turns out that that's what happens to a Scorched if it doesn't move for too long, is it just petrifies and turns to dust. And so they're like in these like rictus of pain like animation sets where they just stand there screaming silently, and then they detect you and they like kind of like jerk to life and start shooting at you. It's actually really well done. I like it a lot. But again, so yeah, another woman puts the entire group she's in charge of at risk because I feel sad. And then there is the Brotherhood branch in the Appalachia, which again all died. So again, all of the factions that end up showing up with actual NPCs, pre Wastelanders expansion, which is where they all showed up again as factions. They were previously factions there, but they all died, and basically as you're going around the map, you're just listening to how every faction fucking just died. And it's like, great.
And to be clear, like, you don't know who the leader, it's just like, all that stuff's just like, wow, this is horrible, everything's horrible, we underestimated this,
yeah,
oh my god,
and
we're
I
dying.
will say, again, great job on the narrative storytelling as you go, because you're making your way through, like you find a destroyed Brotherhood outpost, and like you find a holotape of, oh, we're being pushed back, we're moving to this place, and then you go to that place, and it's like, it's the scene of destruction, like the walls are breached, shit's on fire, whatever, and it's like there's corpses everywhere and skeletons, and it's like, oh damn. And as you make your way through, like the terminal entries are getting more dire. They're talking about desertions and commissaring people, and it's a really good storytelling overall. But again, the Brotherhood of the area were being led by a woman. And there was another group, a faction that, again, I liked, but again, led by a woman, called the First Responders. And who were the First Responders? It was all of the police and paramedics and firefighters that survived the bombs. And so they decided to band together and provide basically a first response unit charity, effectively, of we're going to put our skills to work to make sure as many people survive as long as possible, distributing supplies, using our skills to heal people and keep everyone alive and protect them from raiders and blah 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 blah, right? But again, led by a woman. And if you find the right terminals and you find the right holotapes, you find out that the reason why the Brotherhood and the Responders didn't join forces is because the two women in charge were having a Cold War over recruiting the local population.
Which,
Yeah,
I
the
mean, I
timeline
want to be
sounds
clear.
pretty stupid.
That's super on brand for Fallout.
It is. But they were having a Cold War over recruiting the local population, and they couldn't. And the reason why they didn't join together was because neither could accept the other being in charge. And it's just like, again,
And
if they made both guys, I would have been like, yep, normal. But again, it's like, okay, no, we have to make everyone a fucking woman, and it's like, great. Now you have two women bitch fighting to cause both factions to die off. And again, they made that canon. The reason why the Brotherhood and Responders died off is because the Responders had lots of supplies that they wouldn't share with the Brotherhood, and the Brotherhood had lots of armor, weapons, APCs, and, military equipment they wouldn't give to or provide to the Responders to protect them to fight off the Raiders and Scorched. And so it's just like, so you just canonize that the reason why massive swaths of people died horrible deaths is because two women just couldn't accept the other woman being in charge.
Yep.
Great.
And like what you and like the
Amazing
thing that's
job,
infuriating
guys.
about that is what you could have done. What you could have done is you could have just done the thing where the member of the Brotherhood of Steel is a colossal dickbag. Like, we've had this happen multiple times before, where
yeah,
the
exactly,
member
yeah.
of the Brotherhood of Steel is a overly controlling, narcissistic dickbag who goes, "You stupid motherfuckers caused this war. You don't get to have technology." To which the Responders could easily and justifiably go, "Fuck off, just give us, we're not asking for nukes, we're asking for APCs to deal with the nuclear dragon."
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's just, and like the Responders were making a vaccine to the Scorched Plague, but they died because they didn't have anyone to defend them because the Brotherhood had all the guns, and the Brotherhood died because they didn't have any medical supplies that the Responders wouldn't share with them.
Sucks to suck.
It's just like, oh my god.
What makes this even crazier? I'm just sitting here thinking about how the Med faction in New Vegas handled working alongside the NCR, the Brotherhood, at times. Like, okay, you keep us safe, we'll patch you up.
Yeah,
Already done it.
it's so crazy.
They've already done that in 4. I assume it probably happened in 3 at some point.
And
It
you
happened in New
actually
Vegas.
like they
No,
actually
not
tell
really.
a good story. They actually tell a good story of the start of the Brotherhood and how how the Brotherhood formed was because basically the Brotherhood is the army, the U.S. Army, And
What?
Yes.
Specifically, they're the
Yes.
Army Corps of Engineers.
yeah, and the reason why the Brotherhood formed is because when shit was falling apart, the original creator of the Brotherhood, who still had satellite connection to the rest of the army because of military satellites still in orbit, was able to give rallying speeches about how they swore an oath to protect the people of this country, and it doesn't matter that the country's not here anymore, the people still are, and we must stand against all, forces, external and internal. And he managed to rally the army back together from basically a full-out collapse. I mean, he did accidentally basically end up turning them into a religious cult, but
We make mistakes.
yeah, I mean, you did just survive the apocalypse. I'm going to forgive the religious cult forming.
Yeah, and again, and one of the big things that he pushed people on, and that got a bunch of people to rally together was, holy shit, I found out about all these awful things.
Right.
Namely, pretty much everything the U.S. government was doing. Like, pretty much everything the U.S. government
Which is
was
why
doing.
the Enclave and the Brotherhood were in eternal wars, because the Brotherhood found out that the Enclave was doing all this shady shit, and they were like, yeah, no, you're not allowed to lead ever again.
You're not allowed to continue existing. Ever.
You're not allowed to lead.
So it's like, again, they did such a great job through so many things in the game. And then it's like there's just these moments where you can feel the hand of diversity reach down, and you're like, oh god, no, please stop. So another quest that I stumbled upon was the Spy Ring. The Spy Ring was actually a very interesting series of quests. Again, pre-Wastelanders, so it's all done through holotapes, which almost makes it worse. Because...
Wait, no, the holotape sounds perfect for a quest called the Spy Ring.
Yes.
Well, no, what
it is, but get ready for this.
Yeah,
So,
I would say, hang on, I want to make sure, is this the one with the people who, like, add, like, the secret underground base in the mansion? Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure I'm on the page with you about the quest, because I don't remember the quest.
So,
I do remember
the whole thing starts with a comic book hero. So basically, imagine if the actor for Black Widow survived the apocalypse and decided to use her actual athletic ability and general knowledge that she's been given over the years of starring in all of these military-based movies, along with having a Tony Stark level engineer friend who was able to build a actual real underground bat cave. And she decided, hey, I'm just going to take in a shitload of orphans. I'm going to use the mythos of Black Widow to induct them into the Widow School. I'm going to teach them all how to be superheroes like Black Widow, and we're going to go around as assassins and take out all the bad guys silently, because no one suspects women of being able to do this. So no one's going to pay attention to a single lone woman on, walking through an area and then pinning that to an entire squad of raiders dying. And it's like, suspension of disbelief mode, because apparently she bat-caved her way into actually creating an army of Black Widows.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. That part's like, it's like, okay, suspension of disbelief, but at some point, it's like, it's Fallout, you have fucking...
Yeah, it's like, okay, whatever, fine. Right.
Yeah,
but
you're like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll buy in because the premise in and of itself,
it's
you
funny,
got me.
it's silly.
I'll buy in.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. Basically the whole quest line is you find a corpse. She has a holotape talking about a mission. She mentions this thing, so you go down to the house, and with the mask in hand, which actually had an RFID chip in it, which activated one of the walls in the house to reveal this underground bat cave, and you go in, and you register yourself as a new inductee, and you go through this chain to find out.
I do just want to note, it's really, really funny that at no point does the magic Batcave computer go, "Hey, take your pants off."
Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is they keep referring to you as a Black Widow, and at no point in time was it ever assumed
it
that
makes
anyone
sense.
Besides. Yeah. But it was very funny. It was honestly a good series of quests, and I unfortunately I saw the whole thing coming the second I found the first note about this whole chain of events, because they were talking about our intel came through, she's here, let's get her. And I'm like, oh no, this is a ring of super women. One of them is gonna have betrayed them all in the name of some guy, isn't it? And it turned out that's exactly
I was
what
like,
happened.
"Oh, please no."
And basically, this superhero ring, and I'm talking like 30 plus fucking people that she was doing this with, and each girl was able to take on a full 10-man squad of raiders and win and not leave any survivors with 0 casualties over the course of 10 years, except for 2 circumstances, which were very questionable if the raiders were the ones that killed her. And so the whole thing happens. This whole spy ring gets taken down, of super assassin women, gets taken down because the mother, the Black Widow, the original Black Widow, decides to make one of the orphans the next headmistress instead of her daughter. Her daughter, who had been disobeying all of the rules, who had been disobeying every safety precaution, her daughter, who had been rebellious and headstrong and uncooperative, who then got jealous that she was denied her birthright to lead this new supercell. And so she decided that actually raiding people is the future, and just killing people for food is actually how the future of society is going to work. So she betrays and helps the raiders kill off the entire super assassin cabal, one by one. And then in the end, guess what happens to her?
She dies.
The raiders betray her and kill her.
No, but the raiders are so trustworthy.
And the
could've
last
seen that
holo
coming?
tape has, I think it's the mom hunting her daughter down.
Yes. Yep.
And here's the thing. Because I didn't know at that point. I tried to read as little about Fallout 76 as I could, because I'd heard a fair bit of negative stuff about it, and I was like, okay, I don't want to, like, poison the well against myself with this game, so I tried to read as little as I could. So I was like, maybe I'll run into a couple of NPCs somewhere. I was like, this is it. This is the point where you put in an NPC. You put a single NPC in, it's a raider, the daughter kills her mother, and you kill the daughter with a boss fight. Because I know there are boss fights. Nah, and you just get up there and they've both shot each other dead. And the last holotape is like, oh god, I'm sorry, I was such an idiot. I was like, well, yeah, you kind of were. I'm still going to try to kill you. You asshole, why are you trying to kill me? What do you mean, why?
Yeah, and then the girl turned raider is like, all right, sweetie, let's go get my reward now. And he's like, yeah, one last thing, bang. It's like, yeah, no shit, that was gonna happen. Like, oh wow, the raiders betrayed you? Who could have seen that coming?
What, the people whose entire MO is murdering and killing? Killed you?
Oftentimes through deceit.
Yeah. And I was talking about it on
That's-
Sign Server. I was just like, how the fuck would you ever think raiding is the future? Because the whole thing is, right,
That's one less
you
loose end.
you can't, if you kill the farmers for their food, then they stop producing food, and eventually you run out of farmers. And Sign was like, well, yeah, that's why you take slaves. I'm like, yeah, okay, but you have to disarm the slaves so they can't rebel. But if you disarm the slaves, that leaves them vulnerable, which means you have to guard the slaves, which means you now have to set up a logistics chain to transport the food from the farm to your raider HQ, which means you now have to get
Yeah.
now you have to get patrol routes, and now you have to get logistics, and then you have to make
so
roads, and oh wait,
so
you just
forth.
accidentally created
Sneaky.
civilization again.
So Sneaky, I think the quicker point of contention there to point out is, you're rearming the slaves with farming implements. Sticks and pitchforks are about as old as you can get for weapons.
Sure.
So if
Yeah.
you want them to farm, you're gonna have to hand them the hoe, and you know what hoes are really good at? Cutting through root
Splitting
rock.
skulls.
and
Yeah.
dirt. So guess what else
Yeah.
they can split?
Skulls, yeah.
Your goddamn skull.
Congratulations, you have disarmed your potential slaves only to rearm them,
Yeah.
and they outnumber your overseers oftentimes 10 to 1 or more.
And as we all know, raiders are just paragons of discipline and awareness, and they definitely
Right.
don't get drunk and high constantly.
They won't do that on the job when they're supposed to be watching the slaves.
They definitely won't do it on the job. That boring job where they're not
They're
killing
smarter. They're smarter than that.
people. Did I find the cannibal house? Are you talking about the ones where the cannibals are in the basement, or are you talking about the raider group? But yeah, I mean, it's just like they did a great job actually. Like in the end, once the holotapes weren't the only source of story, they actually became a great source of story because they added flavor to the world instead of being the only flavor in the world.
Yeah.
World feels empty except for these holotapes versus
The entire mansion. I don't think I've
here's
found the
something
mansion of Cannibal
interesting.
Raiders yet. No. But yeah, and so it's just like, and then like all of the Raider factions were also run by a woman, and like one of the Raider factions called themselves the Diehards, and they were a pacifist Raider faction who were trying to use the name Diehards to scare people into giving them stuff without having to kill them. And the leader of the Raider faction that were pacifists, like, you find holotapes from her, and she's like complaining, like, oh, I know some of my men have to go kill, I'll have the men go kill people, but I will never sully my hands, and I will never betray my pacifistic beliefs, but I'll certainly have other people go kill for me for the stuff I want. It's just like, oh my god. This is peak woman.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: they're a raider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good 200
That-
milliliter, 200 kilometer shot right there. There's
Yeah.
something like that. They're just like, hello, I have a railgun. Death.
But
that sounds like that would have been a fantastic side quest in Fallout 3 or New Vegas.
what?
The raiders faking being raiders. Because it would be
Oh.
handled by far more competent writers, and
Right,
they
yeah,
switch around like,
yeah.
oh no, we just pretend to do that, so you don't actually hurt. No, we don't. We actually trade with like 3 towns in that direction. And
No,
are they
it's
in on this?
actually, it's
Yeah, they're in on it. Oh,
so Killionaire, it's
Okay.
actually kind of a mixed bag on women gang leaders. So the thing with women gang leaders is they're often actually more violent on average than a male gang leader because of their typically inferior physical status. They feel they need to make up for their reduced physical capacity with a greater
Gotta prove
violence
myself.
capacity. And so they're actually like, we've done studies on like gangs, right? Like tons of gang studies. And we found that whenever a gang has been led by a woman, they did torture more often, they killed more often. Um, they did, way worse crimes way more often because the woman felt like she needed to compensate to be seen as tougher. Yeah, because if they aren't, yeah, they'll have that happen. Yeah. I mean I mean, look, hey, you got yourself into that mess, Yeah, oh, fuck the police. Oh, there's no police around to
Yeah,
protect me anymore.
Help! Save me,
Yeah.
police!
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't remember the name because it's been a minute. But Violet, again, we're gonna go
Yes.
from Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
She was horrifying. She
Yes.
was a gang leader in the Fiend. She was one of the top.
Yeah.
Oh
I was
yeah, no.
reminded that one of her things was she kept her dogs well trained by feeding them human flesh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surrounded by these
Also,
vicious dogs
Yeah.
at all times.
also, she was helping another one of them do a little struggle snuggling.
Yes.
And it is implied that at least once or twice the dogs were used in the struggle snuggles.
Yes.
Ah!
Yeah. 76 did. New Vegas did not hold back on some of the lore. Yeah. Let's see. Any other stuff that I ran into? I mean, there's a couple other pre-war companies. That were, that women focused, a lot of women focused stuff, quests for pre-war companies of like the women not realizing how evil their dad, brother, etc. were, and their misguided assistants ruining things even more, and like so that's another thing, right? So there was a whole subplot pre-war of man versus machine, and
You know what?
the
That was such a good quest
it was,
line.
yeah, and
And oh my god, did they fuck it up?
the whole thing started and spiraled out of control to getting tons of people killed pre-war, because one of the women on the man side couldn't shut the fuck up and stop boasting about how good their stuff was. And so she, before they even finished the prototype of the man handled equipment, she started boasting publicly about how they're better than the machines and how they'll easily beat the machines, and she'll place all these bets on their company beating the machine run company and blah 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 blah, and basically crashed the man company just like off the rip, and got tons of people killed because of it too. It's just like, okay.
Wow.
All because one woman couldn't stop herself.
Couldn't keep her mouth shut.
And then, I mean, there's also some really cool, like, little narrative bits, like, when you go searching through the machine side of the quest, you find out that this, like, wonder child, female researcher got added into the, development crew for the auto miner machines, and, oh, she's just so amazing, and she can do everything better than everyone else, and blah, 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 blah. And then,
Yeah.
later on, when you are doing some other quests and you come across a den of underground commies listening into the Enclave and spying on Appalachia, guess what machine you find there doing all of the tunnel digging for them? The machine she worked on. She was a plant. Yeah, she was a plant. She was a commie plant the whole time, and I mean, I thought that was a nice little touch. I thought that was neat. Like, it wasn't a woman thing. It was like, oh, that's cool. Like, the reason why she was so competent when she didn't have any records of being this competent before that is because she was literally a plant from the commies. So that's cool.
Yeah, that part was like, oh, hey, nice touch.
Let's see. The Scorch Beasts, I mean, they were kind of. I think it was a neat little. I was telling my dad this. I think they're actually doing a really good job in terms of taking as much advantage as possible of the fact that this is taking place 180 years before the first Fallout game. And so what they're doing is they're just inventing enemies left and right. New monsters, new eldritch forces, new crazy shit left and right. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, it's totally believable that 180 years later that some of these creatures don't show up again because you've solved the problem in Fallout 76. So it closes the loop. So they're really taking advantage of the fact that they are basically a prequel, and that's great. So kudos to them for that. Honestly, if I've just said this before, but if I had to describe the game, it's playing a beloved arcade game on a broken machine. The stick is drifting. One of the buttons doesn't stick. It eats your quarters sometimes. But it's a fun game. And I don't know about Atten, but I haven't crashed once.
No crashes.
So
that's
crazy. So you're saying 76 may be the most stable?
It is the most stable Bethesda game ever released, yeah.
That's crazy. What started as one of their biggest fucking failures also is the most wow. Actually, because I remember like crashes were a big issue in the first 6 months.
Yeah.
When they just went completely radio silent.
Yeah. So that they've done a lot of work. I am worried, however, about the future. I'm hoping that this is not the case. I've been hearing some words about how some of the team might have been let go. I understand, like, look, you have an average player count of 7,000. I get it. That's not good. Like, in the last month, your peak player count was looking to be 9,000. That's not good. That's not a sustainable live service number. So that's unfortunate. But it is very understandable why it's there. It's honestly very deserved why it's there. I'm hoping they don't shut it down. And if they do shut it down, they kind of pull a Destiny where they just go, okay, we're just going to... Every event, it's there now instead of being on a cycle.
Here's the thing. We know they have the ability, even if they shut it down, we know they have the ability for people to run private servers. Just let people run private servers.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sorry, there's no way you'll get me to believe that anything in that game is too complicated to run off my computer.
Oh, absolutely not. No, there's nothing at all that's stopping you from doing it. In fact, someone already made a script to allow you to Tale of Two Wastelands it in Fallout 4.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Which is the original reason why I even picked up the game in the first place, is because I was like, oh, well, if it turns out that it sucks, I can just go play it in Fallout 4. But overall, genuinely, after nearly 300 hours in the game, I hope it keeps getting better. They've shown a good track record so far of intaking player feedback properly and applying it properly. Isn't the current Brotherhood of Steel run by a woman? The Appalachian branch, yeah. I have hopes for the future, which is shocking when it comes to Bethesda, but with the turn of direction that Xbox is going in, I am hoping that this is the kick in the pants that Bethesda needed to kind of get their shit together. Because the next
Now-
Fallout game is going to Obsidian instead of them. And that really pissed Todd off. Like, I saw the interviews that Todd was giving after this was announced, and he was happy about it through gritted teeth. It was
He's just like, you guys
very
fucked
obvious.
up so hard, now we have to do
I
this.
mean, he's got one thing going for him in that regard.
What's
It's
that?
not the same Obsidian that made New Vegas. So,
That's true.
Like-
yes.
not like 90% of that crew isn't there anymore, including my
The
understanding it
writers
was
that
basically
made it
two names
possible.
that pushed.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not just that, but one of the directors, Sawyer or something.
One
last
of the
name?
main writers that was a key into the game being as good as it was, Chris Avallone, has been kicked out. Yeah. Over false allegations, by the way. That ended up being
of
proven
course.
false. Yeah.
I mean, I'm really glad because I was like, oh please, please
Yeah.
don't let Chris be.
It turns out he's just an asshole. He's not a rapist or anything that he was accused of. He's just.
I mean, that's a little disappointing because it's like, oh.
But I mean, creative types tend to be assholes.
Look, there's a reason that I tend to think of a creative type whenever I hear or think about the idea of like you don't have to have a good personality to be really good at something.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of false allegations, let's talk about some real allegations that happened recently in the gaming sphere.
The gaming
A
sphere.
third pedophile has hit the Calamity dev team.
Oh, yeah, that.
Ooh, okay, what's the Calamity dev team?
So Calamity is
Terraria
a
mod.
massive, giga,
Oh yeah, somebody was trying to buy it, right?
the definitive Terraria mod overhaul.
Yep.
It is the biggest Terraria mod overhaul by a long shot. It was such a cultural icon in the Terraria community that it is basically the bar that every other mod is compared to.
It's got its own music, and I think it even has voice lines.
It had its own music,
It's
voice
everything.
lines, custom animations, custom SFX, custom bosses, custom zones, hundreds of new weapons, armor, block types, something like 100+ bosses.
If you
Jesus.
Yeah.
if you've done anything with Chaos Gotcha or read anything with Chaos Gotcha, I guarantee there's an entry from that in there because Bronze is a fanboy.
It was one of
Calamity
Bronze's
mod.
favorite games, yeah.
Mhm.
The Calamity was so big, people were making mods for Calamity to add more Calamity-like content.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, the lead dev, for the third time, has been revealed to be a pedophile.
You're Mr. President.
Yes.
And unfortunately, this was the final pedophile. And no one wants to continue the Calamity project anymore.
Yeah.
The Calamity team has been completely demoralized that this is the third time their head mod. So they've had a head dev for 3 different head devs,
Huh?
all revealed to be pedophiles.
3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3. So they are kind of, and then on top of that, the head dev, in response to the allegations coming to light, instead of like trying to deny them or do damage control or hand off the project, has decided to instead
Nuke it.
go under. He's deleted his accounts. He's hiding. He's in hiding. And what this means
he might
is
be the
that,
fourth.
and what this means is that the dev team does not have access to the mod anymore to work on it. And
So actually, they're trying to get working with the Steam TV. They said, and they're getting the rights transferred over.
right,
Is what they're saying.
which I
So
mean, yeah,
it's a
it's
slow
not
progress.
great though. You know.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're working to get it on them, and so far, at least from what I heard, it's going well with the team or with.
Oh
Team
yeah, I'm sure
B,
Steam's
or
very
whatever.
understanding, but it's still at the end of the day though, dozens of artists and music makers have requested for their content to be deassociated with Calamity. You know,
Well,
and they made
yeah,
it.
I mean,
They
if
made
it,
they made a business out of it. They had a full on Patreon. They were being paid thousands of dollars every month for it.
jeez.
Tens of thousands of dollars. I think last I checked, the Calamity team was something getting like 30K or some bullshit every
Oh,
month
jeez.
to run this.
Mhm.
They had so
Supposedly it
much
was-
money and investments. They had their own game being spun up based off of Calamity and what they learned making Calamity. So that's up in the air now as well.
Yeah,
From
they're
what
fucked.
from what I think I saw on the on the official announcement from the dev team when they're quitting, it's like most of the unrelated side projects are are kind of just removed enough that they can keep going, and that the game is basically
Yeah.
on maintenance mode. Like they're not gonna put like the thing I think they said that they settle on with like the people is that well they're not gonna just continue it. It's all dead at most at maintenance, and people will just leave the content on. I guess is what was
Yeah.
agreed upon. That's what people
Yeah.
are saying, at least.
Well, we'll see what the final result is,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, there's tons of other up and coming major mods for Terraria, so I mean, there's some crazy ones out there, like
I would say,
fucking Stars
in
Above.
some ways, this could be beneficial in that the community now has a place. Like other mod creators can. They're like, okay, cool. I don't have to keep worrying about this fucking thing one-upping me.
Yeah, effectively. It was sort of like the SFO of Terraria. So yeah, that's good. We'll see what the results of that are, but it's unfortunate that they keep them being pedophiles, but yeah, yeah. Let's see what else happened recently. Otoko crashed out, so he left the server.
Nothing new. Oh, left the server. That is new.
Yeah, he left the
Oh, so
server.
you're not
No,
here now.
Crashout's not new. Crashout's
no, he's
not new,
on our
but
server.
Living's
On Sign's server, he left the
Sign's.
server. Infanticus was posting some stuff from his story, and he was asking for feedback. Otoko gave some feedback, from what I can assume from all the messages that people were sending. And however, he, again, from what I can assume from how the messages people were responding to him were, he was again starting to nitpick and nilly-nag Infant about not entirely unjustified moments, but still, he was doing it again to another author. So I just kind of threw a comment out there. Oh no, Otoko is shit-nagging another author into not writing a story. And apparently that was the final straw, combined with Infanticus's commentary in response to Otoko, which was positive. But unfortunately, Infanticus did not, in fact, check his privilege and trigger warning his statements before sending them to Otoko, and they were a bit too close to home in terms of some things that Otoko was going through right now in his real life, and that kind of set him off, and he quit the server.
Huh.
So,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah. So that's that. Someone came in to sign story. Star Wars, of course, new Star Wars Tanya chapter was posted, which, of course, once again, drew forth all of the I am definitely smart r/Reddit people.
Oh, you're talking about the
And,
one on QQ, not the one on Roll Road.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one on QQ, the number of people that came out and were like, well, actually, why can't you just dodge a projectile going 1 kilometer a second? Space is very large.
Not just space is very large. It's it can dodge this thing going 99% of C from a dead standstill, basically, or not from a dead standstill, but from a relative standstill. Sorry. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen
Brother,
because you have to.
if you want that, you go watch Super Robot shows.
Right.
It's like
Not
okay,
you don't
inertial
you don't you don't go read Star
So
Wars. I'm sorry, son. I know where you're going with this. Just
yeah,
the stupidity
inertial
of what I was
dampeners
just told.
exist. Inertial dampeners exist, but the force required to go from relative 0 to Mach fuck to get out of the way would blow those the fuck up. Let me see if I've got the
I mean, it's not so much that it
no, I
blows them
don't have
up.
them.
I think they just wouldn't activate. And now the crew is splattered on one side of the
Yeah,
bridge.
entirely possible. Alternately,
If you want instantaneous 0 to fuck you speed, you don't go looking at Star Wars. You go looking at
no.
like way looser sci-fi. Like I said, Super Robot shows. Like, maybe something a little even more magic in space than Star Wars already is.
Yeah,
you don't
I
go
mean,
reading Star Wars fanfic for that.
Well, and to be clear, the main use of inertial dampeners is I am a fighter pilot. I would like to not be splattered when the relative G of the turn I just pulled
Well, yeah,
destroys
but
everything
it's not
inside of
just
me.
that, though. We're talking about, like, cargo ships dodging bullets, which just, you don't. Like, it doesn't matter how powerful
No.
your engines are. To not shear the metal that makes up your
Yep.
superstructure, you can only
Yep.
turn so fast. You can only accelerate so fast. You
Or
can,
decelerate.
oh, sure, there's
you
no
know,
drag in space, but you are still applying force in a
force.
direction to metal that has a tensile
You
strength. Like,
yeah.
Yup.
Okay, let's say for the sake of argument, we're gonna pretend this is real science for a moment. Those engines are just gonna shoot straight through the structure now if you want that kind of force.
yeah,
Yep.
true.
And
And
that's
again,
okay.
let's pretend it's a structure that will never break. Doesn't matter what you apply to it. It'll survive even a black hole.
Right.
The inertial dampeners can't kick in, and everyone in that cargo hold is now splattered against one side.
Yeah.
And that's assuming you even detect it, A, from that range, B, before the shot moving again 99% C gets there.
Yeah, and it's a whole thing of, okay, so first we have to detect them shooting. Our sensors aren't tuned for it. Second, we have
Nope.
to calculate the trajectory of the shot and assume, you know, they
Assume they're
are.
aiming at us.
Well, yeah, it's assumed they're aiming at us, but also we have to calculate the trajectory of the shot, assuming that they're not assuming that we know that they know that we know that we are going to dodge in a certain direction.
Yep. Did they fire a shot in every direction we could potentially dodge? Because that is a possibility in 3-dimensional space, and fuck you.
Yeah, and so it's a whole thing. It's like, can we turn in time? Can we do this in time? Can we do that in time? It's like, and by the time you get to all of these decisions going, calculated, plugged in, the engines are turning off here, the engines are turning on here, force redirection is occurring. So even if you inertia dampener the whole fucking thing, that's just inertia dampening. It's not inertia negating, which means there is still a wind down period and a wind up period.
Yep. It's not instantaneous. I mean, we see examples of that in the various Star Wars visual works where the ship moves, the ship jumps, bumps, etc. The inertial dampeners don't work 100%. There is some leftover energy, and you go from 0 to Mach fuck, well, there's going to be enough left over to, like Max said, splatter you against the inside of that fucker. Assuming doesn't rip the engines out.
It scares me how many people are reading your Star Wars fic who just clearly aren't sci-fi fans in general. Because this is the kind of shit that I grew up reading, like, oh, by the way, what's it look like when you don't have inertial dampeners?
You go splat.
Tomato
You are
paste.
You are dead.
Chunky salsa.
And then getting into adult years and going back like, oh, I'm gonna look at some older like mecha stuff, and watching a woman's skull get cracked by an expended.
Oh, the shell.
Oh, and to really hit that one even harder is like, by the way, this was a mother trying to protect her infant. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, we wanted you to make sure that you felt bad.
Some of the deaths throughout all of Gundam. Hey kids, want to see what happens when the human body meets a beam saber? Too bad you're seeing it.
Hey kids, do you want to see what happens when you deploy chemical weapons in a closed loop environment?
You're
kids,
gonna.
You want to see someone's head get blown off?
You're gonna.
Hey kids, do you want to see somebody's flesh melting off while someone watches horrified from inside their spacesuit?
You're fucking gonna.
Too bad.
Man, for my complaints about Seed and how it could have been, Seed could have been a better Gundam. Man, it had probably some of the most brutal deaths up until IBO dropped. A shield being thrown at a fighter pilot. Pilot's head just fucking popping off like a doll. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, that one was.
I didn't need that today, Gundam. What the fuck?
I mean,
well, you got it today.
I think
those frames live rent free in my head from time to time.
Max, that's called trauma.
They come by to collect rent.
By to collect rent. Shut up.
He is not wrong. But yeah, no. Honestly, I think
super weapon is just nukes. It's always nukes. Gundam's super weapon is always just nukes.
Yeah, it's just nukes.
Unless it's a time travel wave, then it's a time travel wave.
Oh no,
But
it
always
could also
sometimes
be the beam.
it's a colony.
It could be the beam cannon.
Okay, I mean,
Wing
the extra. Okay, hang on. The colony's just a nuke with extra steps. Okay.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
also, what I was gonna say was, yeah, Seed definitely had, I think, the most brutal deaths since Stardust Memory, because Stardust Memory didn't fuck around.
Hey kids, want to see the last of a specific species? I think it was a specific species of rhino just get casually destroyed by this Xeon fuckhead.
Oh yeah, he went rhino hunting.
No, he didn't go rhino hunting. He just went out of his way to land on like the last rhino and his child alive.
It's so much worse than like I shall hunt this species. Hunting. It's I shall hunt this species to extinction. It's like, nah, I'm landing my spaceship. Fuck that thing. I want you to land on it.
No, not spaceship. He was just landing the on it. That's it. He was landing the GPU on it.
Motherfucker holding it like Dio holds the road roller.
Anywhere. anywhere in like a 5-mile radius.
You
No,
had so
I
much
want
space.
that.
Max, literally just
Fuck
him
this
holding it
rhino
and
in
going,
particular.
have this colony rhino like it's Dio versus Jojo.
But yeah, so there's that. Let's see what else. Is there any other big things happening that we can cover? Oh, Britain discovered that buying Chinese cameras means the cameras report back to China.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, how
Oh,
did
yeah,
they
you
not figure
posted
that
that.
out?
Not the
I
first
mean, hey,
time-
it took the U.S. a fair minute to figure out that, hey, the Chinese Roombas are reporting to China. So,
The Xiaomi phone will
Uh,
explode in your hands.
Hello.
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 Let's see what else here. Nope, we already talked about that. Let's see. Okay, nope, covered that one. Let's see. Any other big news here?
Okay, is anyone else, like, roboting?
No,
no.
No.
Just you.
Mm-mm.
no.
No, that's just you knows.
Okay, I wanted to make sure it wasn't just mine. Yeah, fuck.
Okay. Yeah. No. All right. Well, you know what this means, gentlemen. This means it's time for fanfiction.
Oh no.
What kind of fanfiction?
Sailor Moon fanfiction. I'm so glad you asked.
Oh, I was gonna ask
Wait.
if you're taking requests.
Why
yeah, sure, do you have
Sailor
something?
Moon?
Why? Yeah, why Sailor Moon?
I'm interested in what Warcraft would have.
Warcraft.
Nothing good.
Nothing good. But yeah, we can check.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
What
no,
would
wait,
inflict
hang
the
on.
most pain?
Why Sailor Moon, though?
Actually,
all
you know
classic.
what? I think we should go to the Minecraft section. I think we should go and see
Oh.
some of the top Minecraft fics and see who
Ah.
wrote some of the top Minecraft fics.
No. Why don't we go topical and go with Terraria?
You know what? I think, in fact, actually, we should narrow down our search of Minecraft fics. We should. So there was this once upon a time. There was this mod.
Oh,
Oh
no.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
There was this mod that let you talk to mobs in Minecraft.
Right,
boy.
I know that one. I
Oh,
know
no.
that
Why are you?
Wait,
why
no,
are you
shut up!
Why are you bringing that up?
I don't know, Max. Why am I bringing that one up?
Having never played Minecraft, that sounds like a porn mod.
I mean, it turned into a porn mod.
It was
Eventually.
not
It
initially.
So it was just meant to be a dating sim as like a fun little thing,
Yeah.
and then the guy just kind of went open source, I guess. Like I'm done with this. You guys do whatever, and gave
And
people
And
the
people
whatever
got
turned
horny.
into porn.
People got horny.
I mean, people did with the open source dating sim mod exactly what we'd expect them to.
I mean, now,
Yeah,
admittedly,
fair.
I remember the era. Some of that art was very cute girls, and then
It was
the girls got
great.
progressively hornier, and I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's see if I can still. God, there's a good chance I can't find the original art for this anymore.
Oh, right, I forgot about the
Let's see if I
Terraria
can.
parody. We've also got on topic
Let's
someone in this
see.
chat who said something very similar. Does that give us a sign L, by the way, Sneaky, this?
What?
What happened?
Let me check
You mean
here.
talking about the
Oh.
fucking
Listen,
America,
no one
whatever?
wasn't expecting that. We thought you were all going to say something about her fucking looks. Then I clapped with that as a sarcastic joke, and you...
was
No one was expecting you
joking!
to say
What
that.
the fuck?
We were talking about have you seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Yes,
No.
unfortunately.
I don't.
The character's name
I
is
haven't.
America. Hang on, let me see if I can pull it up.
Jamie, pull that up.
Oh, okay. I see the character in question.
That bitch.
Oh, America
America
Chavez.
Chavez?
America
Yeah.
Chavez, yeah. Kaz asks, what's wrong, too old for you? And I joked, I mean, a little.
No one expects that as a joke from you, Mister. I aged up Vista to 15, so it's okay.
Explicitly said she's all right. She's got that fat Latina ass. I'd give her a 6 of 10 by default.
And
then you turn around. What's wrong? Too old? Too old?
Yeah, because it's you. I thought you'd go off like fucking some sort of thing on her looks, like calling her a crossbreed between a human and a pug or something. Because you've done that before.
No, you brought up age, so I just went with it.
Because it's you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly why I went with it, because it's me.
That.
He outplayed you, Kaz.
Do you really expect me to think he's joking about age with him?
Yeah, here we go. Mob Talker. That's what it was called.
Yeah, I said that earlier. I asked why are we talking about Mob Talker, Sneaky?
Oh.
Hang on. I found some of the art. Hang on. Like this is what our creeper was changed to for Mob Talker.
Oh, I remember that. That's what that's from?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
that's
Oh
from.
yeah,
this was our new skeleton.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
that.
thought somebody
also
just did
had
some.
the Enderman.
I
mean,
somebody just did some Minecraft inspired semi-lewd art.
Nope.
No, this was the date mob thing, yeah. Mob
Yeah,
Talker,
it was.
yeah. It
wait, did
really
someone
popped
make-
off
oh,
in
they
the
probably sourced
fanfiction
it.
section for a while.
Did it?
It did, yeah. I mean, basically every Minecraft story for like a good couple of months was basically just Mob Talker inspired.
Yeah, because people now had a way to like actually
Visualize
have
the mob.
characterization
Yeah.
and visualizing the mobs, so they can actually write their fucking shitty fics about them.
Yep, yep. And then basically everyone realized that no one read Minecraft fanfiction.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they
People
read
made
Minecraft
Minecraft
fanfiction when they can
fanfiction,
go
but no
play
one read them.
Minecraft?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, if you go to page 2 of most favorited Minecraft fanfiction, you're already sub 100.
Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof.
Like, I don't know if this section got fucking purged or what happened to it, but, like, let's play Minecraft in a world of swords and sorcery, which ended up getting published into an original book.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Brother, ew.
Yeah.
No, man, I forgot how much, like how many he actually get around to making designs for. He did, like, he got to the Blaze at some point.
Ghast Girl as well.
Let's see. Oh, right, yeah, that's the Ghast. I'll continue.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Killian.
Max
A lot of people agree
posted
with
the
him, apparently.
Blaze. Max posted the Blaze. There's the gas. Enderman, skeleton, creeper, who's probably Irish.
Yes, obviously. With that bomb.
Actually, the creeper actually had 2 forms.
Right, I forgot.
Because we also, it's just like, oh yeah, the high voltage creeper's a thing. So he made this.
Oh dear.
When hit by lightning, yeah.
Oh,
I can't believe she went Super Saiyan.
She evolved.
The dude clearly had some fun making this because the slimes all had like 3 versions.
Oh, yep. Magma Slime also had a version.
Yeah.
of course they did.
Like the slimes had 3 versions because you got the tiny slime, small slime, and then large slime. So he made
Of course,
version for each.
Cyan is only interested in the tiny slime. It's all he really needs, to be honest. I mean,
Did you
1
post
inch
the
is
picture?
basically like a foot.
I didn't post
1
it.
inch is perfectly average, okay?
The
I'm
cylinder
It's perfectly
is
normal.
We cannot damage what's in the
The
cylinder.
spider redesign was given real heavy, like bratty childhood friend vibes.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
yeah, that's quite interesting.
Yeah. Would
Sign, I
head-
I like it.
appreciate how
Little
much you're
border.
holding yourself back.
And then,
Whoa!
oh no, we'll
Yeah.
make it worse. That's
Don't
the
go
cave spider.
long. You're the one that started.
Oh, the cave
this.
Oh,
spider,
that's
yeah.
nice.
He did a really solid
And
job.
you can't
with the
post that
designs.
after what you see. You're like, oh, why are you saying it's me? And then you post that. Shut the fuck up.
I know what you are, son. I just can't prove it yet.
Prove it.
Prove it.
That's what you're struggling on?
Gotta make it stick in court, man.
You'll never make it stick in court.
Oh, you know what? This was actually, unironically, this is probably one of my favorite redesigns he did. But that's because there's something about the like doll aesthetic that I like. That was the Iron
Oh,
Golem.
that's nice.
Oh, yeah, it's nice, yeah. They'll
I
never
like the
get you to
Kudari
court.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Mob
Gotta
Talker
get
wiki
past-
is still up and I guess sort of
Huh.
going.
But yeah, I mean, let's play Minecraft in a world of swords and spells. Guess what? That's a Mob Talker inspired story. That's
boy.
number 1 story. Number 3 story, Mob Talker story. Number 4 story, Mob Talker story. Number 5 story, Mob Talker
Yeah.
story.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yep. Yep. All right.
By the way, it's using the art for the slime girl.
Oh,
They-
well, the older slime girl, yes.
So they just wrote down their ERP with the NPCs.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Potentially, probably. Oh, it's rated M. Definitely, they definitely did.
Meh.
Love is something we learn one block at a time.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh, shut up!
I'm noticing these published dates.
Yeah.
Wait, why did some of
Yeah.
these update as late as 2024?
Right.
That
By
was
the way,
Simon-
2025.
This one's got 300,000
Oh,
words,
God.
Max. This one's got 200,000 words.
Holy.
Oof.
Oh my
This
god.
one has 100,000
Oh
words.
man.
What? Wait, how does that have 3,300 reviews?
Here's another here's Minecraft 3 Kingdoms combined with Mob Talker.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Don't do that to yourself, man.
Let's see. Herobrine pulls us into the game, rated M for sex scenes. Mob Talker girls. Of the top 10 stories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the top 10 stories are Mob Talker.
Wow. Not
And of those
surprised.
8, it seems like 5 or 6 of them are rated M.
Yeah, some of them are just straight up, I fucked my favorite mob.
Yeah.
Okay.
We live in the day and age of fanfic where M means that there's probably just going to be sex in there. Because
Yeah.
We
you
live in a,
because
we
you
live in a
motherfuckers
society.
don't
Because sign write
understand.
stories.
Mob Talker harem. Sorry if summary sucks.
Summary
Fine.
I
sucks.
didn't even
Oh.
try
Big
a
Bob.
summary, brother.
How
That's a
long
rare
have you
one.
been since you've seen summary sucks? Well, wait,
Well,
no, that's summary inside.
since Sneaky has shown the slime girl, we'll show the other 2 versions, I suppose.
Published 2012.
Oh.
Forgot how old Mob Talker is.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's like when my phone.
Mob Talker's like 15 years old this year.
Control
Holy
yourself, sign.
Yeah, I was gonna say, listen,
Oh.
Max, that's like when someone
You
reminded me that Lord of the Rings came out in 2001. The movies obviously came out in 2001, and the
You
movies
shut
are
up.
25 years old, and I was like,
You shut up.
I'm debating
that
if
hurts.
I'm debating if I should bother showing the Magna Cube now that the slime girl's been shown.
Do it.
Oh,
I mean, they're cute.
Yeah, you're right.
Girl
Magma
cute.
Cube though was how about we start from how about we go proper order that you'd meet them.
Okay, so it's just a recolored version in a swimsuit.
Well, no, that's definitely not a recolor. What the fuck are you talking about? They're actively different body types and poses. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Sign is...
They're even different
I mean,
face
it's a
shapes,
recolor
dude.
of the character,
No,
not a
they have...
recolor of the art.
There's still a
No,
slime
it's-
girl, but they are
That's
wearing
the
different
lava
clothes
slime.
with different poses
Yeah.
with different faces. Like,
And different
Yeah.
hairstyle.
Meh. Meh.
Okay.
but
What-
yeah,
whatever
as
you
you can
say,
tell, once we started
here,
getting
have-
into the once
have-
we started getting into the
have this
Nether,
little-
the art direction changed.
Well, it's
got very
the
horny.
Nether. It's the Nether, Sneaky. They can't just go around wearing sweaters. Anyways,
True.
I have
Of
this
course.
store. That's the silverfish.
It's cute.
hmm
Wood pat.
Yep.
I think the snow golem was also pretty good.
That's decent, yeah.
Yeah.
Next door girl
and
vibes.
Looks just like a normal girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
the zombie may have been a many people's first introduction to what we call androgynous character design.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
That's not androgynous. She's flat,
Yes.
not androgynous.
Which is most people's first introduction to
it.
androgynous
It-
character
Have you
design.
never seen a
that-
flat woman in real life?
Sign.
Time.
The
This
words he
character is-
used is what's
this-
important.
This character is designed to be of indeterminate gender. It is meant to be androgynous.
No, it's not.
Sign
I
just
think-
because
Yes,
it's cute doesn't
it
mean it's a
is.
girl.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
He
no.
just doesn't like it. He's just in denial.
The fuck you mean no?
Sign? He asked you, what the fuck do you mean no? He asked you a question.
there. Mm. Mm.
What is bro saying?
Hmm.
I don't know.
He's making sure that he doesn't say something that would get him kicked off the podcast for a week.
There
I
are
think.
features upon this character
Yeah.
which are definitively female in the
Yes.
curve
Fine.
department.
Yes.
We
Fine.
are-
It's
but
not
you
androgynous at
Oh
all.
my
Not
god.
At all.
I'm
Oh my.
I am calling a kinetic strike upon your location.
That's a,
Sign
that's a
isn't
sign.
Predator
Sign, the point of
drone
andro-
inbound.
Sign just
So-
making every excuse
yeah.
he can.
So
I am
Look.
Mickey, that's a
firing
sign out.
katanas.
We're not listening, right?
Venti was more androgynous than that.
Venti was
Okay.
a dude.
I know.
Then he's a femboy, not
It's fine.
androgynous, though.
That's still not the point. With like the point that you didn't listen to his fucking words,
Yeah. It's their first
Oh.
introduction to yada
which
yada
you
blah blah blah.
ignored and then kept
Oh my
arguing.
God.
I didn't.
Something you're.
No, I argued that the character's not androgynous, Kaz.
It is a bit though for someone. It
Anyway,
You say I feel like we're losing the plot here.
let's talk about tags.
Yeah,
Specifically-
great.
Oh,
let's-
God.
no, actually, no. I just registered what you said. I don't want to talk about those.
You mean how people don't tag their shit, or
Why
the
you wanna
horror
Why
that
did
is
I
AO3
pull the stream up?
tags?
Why, Sneaky? I don't like that I pulled the stream back up to see what's on screen.
Is it AO3 tags?
There
There it is.
Why? I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think it could be anything else simply because fanfiction doesn't let you make custom tags.
Yet.
No, but
Don't say
QQ
yet.
and
Don't
other
give
places
them
do.
ideas,
I was
please.
gonna say, please
No
shut up.
ideas.
QQ and other
Yeah.
places do.
Well, he doesn't bring QQ up on the stream though.
So anyway,
fair.
the story is called Fang Bus, and we have the following
Oh.
tags of John fucks his way through every single character, including the men.
We're gonna have to
And
kill you
every
in there.
character, no, the men are, according to this Eve Taurus tag, is gender bent, and every
Oh,
character seems
okay.
to be a
Oh,
faunus.
okay.
Oh, that
Every
makes
character,
sense.
That's
every
fine.
female character is a faunus.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did they
Yes.
they really went that route
Yes.
for making the gender bent Adam Torres as Eve Torres? Really?
Yes.
Yep.
And seeing
Apparently-
as it's Faunus, Ruby Rose,
We-
and Faunus Yang,
we couldn't.
All the characters are female besides John, and they're all faunus,
What?
and they all have
But-
animal sex with John.
Hold on. How did they reproduce if I'm assuming they mean just the ones in his age range, right? There are adult men in there somewhere?
Who
Well,
knows? No
he's
one knows.
also fucking his entire family, and there's some incest.
Well,
John
if
Arc
they're-
times everyone, so I'm assuming no.
Okay,
Ty
I guess
Yang-
the semblance is
I'm
just
just-
R63.
Ty
I,
Yang
I,
have some
I'm
reason.
gonna figure
I
there's
am
either
calling
like
an orbital strike.
it's either R63 or there's quite a number of threesomes in there.
Yeah. And
Contains
MF is
sex,
no,
drama, love, and plot.
Modern
If
A-
you cannot handle this thing, do not read.
What do you mean? It's
Nose,
modern
insert the quote.
AU.
Nose, insert the quote from George. Mac rounds in atmosphere.
And
Yes.
launching them immediately. On your order, sir.
So anyway, that was the thing. Oh, it's a modern no power AU. Very cool.
Modern, no powered. Hey, do we get that on the bingo?
Oh,
since it was
disgusting.
Brought up.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Take that in the bingo.
I don't have no power AU.
I probably
see
don't
here.
either, but anyone who have it, hey, you got a free square.
Neat.
Bad grammar. Go ahead and take bad grammar. Summary sucks. Excellent. I had that as well. No power AU. Fantastic.
Is summary sucks just summary inside, or is that a separate square that I've never seen in my
Summary
life?
That's a-
inside is actually a separate square.
Yeah, it's a separate one.
Wow, I've never seen summary sucks once in my life on my bingo ever. I didn't know that
I've
was
got
a
it.
square.
I do in fact have it.
Oh, we've got harem as well, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, harem.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Go
actually
ahead
got
and
no
take harem,
power
yeah.
AU. Crazy.
Yeah.
Do we have any Paterons?
We have not
On
seen
AO3?
any mentions of
No.
Pateron yet.
Okay.
That's very
well,
rare on AO3.
any of what's been shared or said live.
V2s?
No,
As
no
a sign
mentions
out,
of that
right.
yet either.
Any in names? Angst?
No, not yet. No.
We haven't seen enough for that yet.
Oh, is this an unlabeled crossover?
Not
Is there
yet.
any
Do we-
bashing?
Wait, no,
we
flashbang
haven't
by
seen
words
that
is if
yet.
you get flashbanged, and seeing
Yeah,
as
no,
Lily
that's
I
brought
him
it
have
up
to say
specifically.
flashbang by word specifically. Yes.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
specifically has to say it.
I was saying that because he
It's,
flashbanged all of
um,
us, but he didn't get flashbanged because he's the one who posted it.
Correct.
Did Sign get an L?
Yes, sign got
After,
an L.
yeah.
Fantastic. This is the worst bingo spread I have had in quite a minute on this show.
Do we
Yeah,
have
same.
don't like, don't read from that summary of Fang Bust?
No, there was not a don't like, don't read. Oh, wait, no, there was.
No, there
Yeah, go
was.
ahead and take that. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Still an awful spread, but it made it a little bit better.
Same, yeah, awful spread. I need, oh god, system, everything character description, unlabeled crossover would be good. But this is AO3, everything's fucked.
Wow. Sneaky, I have the most unlikely bingo row I've
Yeah.
ever seen on this fucking card.
Yeah.
Oh.
Script, okay, buddy.
Ooh,
This gave me
ooh,
cancer and unlabeled
ooh.
crossover.
Ooh.
I've got unlabeled crossover and the same as okay buddy and in name only diagonally.
Oh man, that's rough.
I've got this gave me cancer with summary inside.
I
on
mean,
the
I
other
think the
side.
worst part is okay, buddy. And this gave me cancer are also likely to just terminate the stream.
Yeah.
They are stream
What?
killers, yes.
This gave me cancer
What?
more than okay buddy because he's used okay buddy when he's just sick of a single thing but keeps going.
Yeah. It's just a high chance that it's.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. We got time travel. Night is Lord of Shades. Night called Ghost. Sister Void ending. Pre-fall. Canon violence. Trigger warnings will be announced. They them
wait.
pronouns. Spoilers.
Is that a-
spoilers. We'll add more tags.
For
Yeah,
anyone
blah,
that knows
blah,
Hollow
blah.
Knight, can they back me up on this? That tag good
wait.
parent male king. Can we get author knows nothing? because that is absolutely not true with how many hundreds of his children he threw away and killed.
Yeah.
So I'd like us to acknowledge just for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
AO3, why do you allow someone to put the tag that more tags will be added?
You know,
Why?
that is a good question.
I just want to
Yeah.
I just need like 2 sections of nostalgia and that's it. Just, what the fuck?
Because if they don't have that, it
Terraria
can hurt
has
someone's feelings.
300 stories.
Oh,
That's
How does
more than I
Tetris have
expected.
142?
wait, how do you get a? Hang on. No, I'm asking,
Wait.
how are we getting any stories out of Tetris?
Well, the Death
It's
Note
probably
Tetris
something to do
Crossfire-
with the fact that
well,
it's maybe it's about that movie.
Oh
Could be.
no!
All of them are based on Tetris 99.
Oh no!
It's the same
Sneaky.
person.
What?
It's
all
the fart guy!
Oh no!
No. No.
I thought it would have been someone like the guy who wrote the Death Note Tetris crossover who wrote
Why,
Melody.
yeah. Why in the fuck do you
Why the fuck?
exist?
I thought we had
Tetris it all
escaped
around.
him.
Hurt comfort.
You
What
just
the fuck?
need to
No, you
have
wanna know
your
what's
mind
hurting
fit
me?
in exactly. Tetris time. There's always time to play Tetris. Blocking up the pieces. The Tetris pieces fill up the block.
Oh.
This is like some. We talk about the Chinese. This is some ancient Chinese torture techniques.
There's someone who
Yes.
isn't the Fart guy. Dr. Wimp.
Why do you want? Can you just? I know this isn't your fault, but can you shut the fuck up and stop talking?
Why
don't wanna
did I
hear these
make
names.
this?
I
Just
understand it's not your
why?
fault. They make it. I just want you to stop acknowledging it.
Tetris
Wait.
Sorry, I was
doesn't
just
need
surprised.
questions.
It's fine.
I was just surprised there was a different author.
Songfic
Tower.
set to Korobinki.
Is that a non-chapter? Because it's a songfic?
When's the
Yeah.
last time I ever saw a song fic? When was this
How old is
published?
this fic?
Published in 2021.
That is
I
fucking
guess
rare.
song fics haven't died yet.
I
Somehow.
don't have non-chapter. The one day
I
we
don't
get
have
it, and one day it's
oh,
not blocking my fucking
Come
bingo.
on.
Non-chapter.
We've-
That's
oh.
crazy.
The one time. Not only is it a non-chapter, it's a song fic, and I can't mark it down on the
My
bingo for
friend
posterity.
died to Tetris. A fake creepypasta about how my friend died to Tetris.
Oh,
What do they think
creepypastas are fake,
creepypastas
fool.
are?
From 2020, might be a troll pasta, I guess. With a
Yeah, guys,
a
I
flag.
think I'm gonna take a wild guess and say they joined. So they published this in 2020. I'm gonna say they joined in 2018.
I'm gonna
No,
say
they
because it's a
joined in
creepypasta.
2020. That
Oh,
makes
yeah,
so
that's
much
what-
sense.
Yeah.
They don't realize that creepypastas are fake.
Yeah. My fake crappy pasta. They don't. Yeah, you're right. They thought it was.
They think
they had to put it was
creepypastas
fake.
are real.
That is. Oh god, they're 19 now. They're probably 19 years old now.
We're all getting old.
No one's as old as you, Sign though.
I'm aware. No need to remind me.
What was it like seeing Grog make fire?
Seeing what?
See
So
Grog
see
make
Grog
fire.
make fire?
Yep.
When you
Oh,
first
well,
saw-
we all
you
thought it
first
was
saw
pretty
Grug,
awesome.
were you
Well, you
blinded
see,
by its
actually,
majesty?
the song "Country Roads Take Me Home" is actually about Sign. You know, the line "older than the trees."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
older than the mountains. Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Why is there a Tetris version of Strecker's Love, Strecker's Life?
I'm
What?
sorry,
Why
what
did I
the
see
fuck is this? Skyrim fanfic, a moving tale of love and adventure in post-World War II France.
I'm
What?
fucking
Oh,
sorry.
how
What?
again? Wait, hold on a minute. There's a few
Did you just say-
things.
And this
Wait,
isn't the
where's-
Tetris section.
This
Great,
isn't the
unlabeled
Tetris
crossover.
section.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I'll
it
take
turns
it.
17. No, this is just a shit post. No, you don't get. No, you don't get it.
No, come on.
It's just a shit post. No.
Wait, but
The
is
year
there
is
any Tetris at all?
1776, and the Nords are at war with their inner demons.
Their Lord and
Their
Savior
Lord
Count
and
Chocula.
Savior Count Chocula told them to stop being edgy and to help him defuse the bomb. In that moment, Darth Maul knew he had to betray has become the true Messiah.
But
Gordon
Terry,
Freeman
Sneaky, but
loudly
Terry,
exclaimed that he was gay
Excuse-
and his bae was Luke Skywalker. The had been together dawn of time and was nice. SpongeBob had Togo with Krabby Patay from Ulfric Stormclock, who was also gay. Also, did I mention Robot because kind of important? A million years later at Machu Picchu, Gordon Freeman was going to make sand witch but forgot breast milk, so Darth Maul told him go get in the fuck so your bitch. Anyway,
What
special mead
the
save
hell?
world in place
I
cat people
leave
you
to
go.
take out the garbage.
oh, welcome back to Sneaky
Welcome
Stroke.
back.
Welcome. You hit fanfiction. Everything went downhill.
Yeah.
This is an unlabeled crossover.
You
know,
go,
you know
said
this is
Emperor to
unlabeled
Frodar. Darth Maul was madness to go. Frodo now knoweds to be done, but he would go do because Peppermore said so. Also, friendship strolled merrily to play world saved. Thank you, Frodo. Yes, end.
This is just what happens when you mod Skyrim
Now-
too much.
This is a shit post, Sneaky, but
This
it
is a
has
shitpost.
no mention of all of Tetris being in the Tetris
Yes, but this
section.
is a shit post, so we don't count
Then
shit
can we get-
posts.
Damn it, so we can't even get
No.
one of the fucking your
No.
wording ones?
No. We will, however, look at Terraria because you requested it.
I never requested Warcraft. I didn't request shit about Terraria.
Not too bad you're
Let's see
getting
what we
Terraria
got
anyway
here. We
because
got,
it's on Sneaky's mind, I guess.
Here's my playthrough of Calamity. Here's my playthrough of Calamity with time travel. Here's a slice of life philosophy fic about Terraria.
boy.
Here's my playthrough of Terraria. I
Yep.
fucked the Dryad. V2.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
V2.
probably not
Rewrite.
something you should be doing.
Rewrite based.
Yep.
V2 for anyone that hasn't. I don't. Why do
V2.
I not have anything?
Hmm.
And the things I
I'm gonna
do
have to
have
ask
isn't
what
together.
I have to ask what we have because I'm honestly I left for a minute.
Don't worry about it.
We've
Don't worry about it. We're not getting bingo.
non-chapter. Non-chapter. I'll give you that much.
The Portrait of a Kind World. He had a calling in Terraria as a natural-born slayer, but he did not know what it entails as things would have it. The arrival of a woman named Solin opened him up to a world he wasn't meant to see. Okay. A
many
test
alcohol
story.
content does this have?
Okay. Terraria, the Chosen God. My playthrough
Oh,
of
Solon is the
Calamity.
Wrath of the God Mad. An expansion for
Solon.
this is all Calamity.
Life Fruit Farm, an extension of the fucking the Dryad story. Tale of a Cruel World, Catalyst, Infernium combination story. Fucking the Dryad story. My playthrough of Terraria story. My playthrough of Terraria story. My playthrough of Terraria story.
With a spin-off from his other story.
Yeah.
Now on AO3, cross post. I saw in that summary up a bit.
Yeah, okay,
Cross
I'll
post
give
now
you
on
that
AO3.
cross post, yeah. Go ahead.
It gets me nothing. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Terraria. Where's your chat Jupiter?
Ugh, don't start.
Um,
I already
yeah,
wish I was
so, all right.
Dying because of the pain fumes in this place.
Warcraft.
drinking
Let's
hard
see
cider,
What's
it's
going
nice.
on in Warcraft? Okay, Warcraft. World of Warcraft, back to the beginning. After rage quitting a corrupt guild, veteran player Gabriella wakes up in 2004, the day WoW launched. No guides, no strategies, no one ahead. 15 years of future knowledge. He knows every raid, mechanic, and legendary, raids and dungeons. This time, he will make history. This is a fan translation of a Chinese story. Please consider supporting the original.
No.
Really write fanfiction about wanting to be the best WoW player in existence and know everything? Damn.
It's a Chinese player. Of course they did.
True. True.
I was gonna say,
He
my
was probably-
man.
he was probably insulted by a Korean player doing better than him, and so he wrote that. Leave party, leave guild, Haas.
No.
Okay, yeah, generic Chinesium, blah, blah, blah. Classic, wow, blah, blah, blah. Perfect attendance, ranked first in DKP. He wasn't part of
my
the
God.
clique, so he didn't get the items, blah, blah, blah.
Not how that works.
No.
If he is the best person who's showing up and is always on top of he is going to get the gear. Unless, like, unless you are regularly insulting every single person in your guild and calling them names, they'll give you the gear, man.
Yeah.
And
Either
if not,
or he's just trying to grade shit that isn't for his characters that he doesn't need to probably sell.
yeah.
And they know it.
It happens
And-
with every caster DPS item. He never got a single item. The guild leader always found an excuse to give the items to his friends instead. So you stayed on?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
A, so you stayed on, and B, I'm sorry, but if he was never getting the top end raid gear, he wouldn't be
The top
top
DPS.
DP.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DP.
not how that works. Like
4 months
some
of
of that gear
Encore.
Also, they're
absolutely was
using a
broken.
DKP. Yeah, they're using a DKP system to distribute loot. If he's first, it doesn't matter. Like, the entire guild would go, you're not actually doing the system, and just leave.
Yeah.
And I don't even play Warcraft, and I know that.
Yeah, well,
Mainly
yeah,
from
but you
Asmongold
see,
videos.
we have to Chinese it up.
Yeah, of course.
He was
See,
betrayed.
he's probably making stuff up about a DKP system because they never used it.
Mm.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it was again, there's plenty of guilds out there that were just straightforward of just like, hey guys, this is a guild for me and my friends. We're gonna raid. We're pretty decent at it. I'm just gonna give the equipment to my friends first. If you don't like that, find a different guild. And I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, a fair number of people usually end up staying on because, sure, they're not
They
getting
learned
the gear first, but yeah, the raid group is actually competent. And do you realize how hard that is to find?
And
Yeah.
if they're willing, and if you stay, there's a good chance they're willing to do the raid again just for you. And even then, some people are just there for quests, not for the specific raid gear as well.
Yeah. So it's it.
Mm.
Yeah. The guild leaders always found an excuse. I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean always found an excuse? Like it's just,
Yeah.
and everyone just.
I know
bought
this is a translation of a Chinese one, but damn.
The Chinese are something else. He always got the leftover pieces of gear that the inner circle passed on so they could save DKP. Tier 2 gear, he only ever had the helm. Blackwing just opened. Months of frustration, he snapped after the guild cleared the raid. Blackwing had been incredibly lucky. A bunch of mage pieces dropped, and he didn't get any of the gear. Let others grab the tier 2 gear first. Just pass, trying to persuade Gabriel to not bid on them. The way he framed it, if Gabriel insisted on spending his DKB, he'd be hurting the harmony of the guild. Yeah.
Sounds to me like this guy's just a bitch.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like he should have, you know,
Left.
especially
Yeah.
again. Okay, if he's again, if this person was consistently hitting top DPS rankings despite being under geared and having worse gear than other people, it should be either those people are all idiots, or he's just the most amazing player ever. Which I understand it's a fan fiction; he's the most amazing player ever. But it should be trivially easy for him to go and find a different guild.
Basically, yeah.
Like,
so he did the most extreme thing possible. He left the guild.
That's not.
That's
Jesus. Finally,
arguing
man.
with the guild leader would get him benched. He would never
Not
see
if you're-
another raid again.
Not if you're that
No,
good.
you would just go raid
How?
with someone else.
How fucking
Yeah.
garbage of
Is
a
this... Do we get Author Knows Nothing from this, even if it's
how
translation?
garbage of an
Yeah.
MMO are you in
Yeah.
that you're once you make an account you can't make another one, and once you join a guild you can't leave for any reason whatsoever.
No, this
Except
is
he-
just the author doesn't understand how to. So the problem is that WoW is an established game with an established culture, and everyone knows how these systems operate because they fucking played them. And the author is trying to Chinese it up by being like, "No, everyone's betraying the hero," and it's like, no, they're not.
They're not. You're just stupid.
You're just.
Don't
you're
worry,
just
we've got a
dumb.
new we've got a new raid. I grabbed 5 people
Man.
and raided this thing called the Guild Leader's Home IRL.
Yes.
Imagine how much more interesting the story could have been if Venus's version of the most extreme thing possible.
The most extreme thing possible. I posted the guild leader's address.
Ah.
Oh yes, the nuclear option.
This you?
It's also like they're young kids, so it's also just like they post a local IP address too.
I remember those days of like, oh, is this you? It's like, no, bro, that's
Yeah, that's
you
your
just
PC,
posted
dude. That's your local
you-
IP address.
Oh,
I remember those days, man. People were fucking stupid. And man, that was fucking trios.
Oh no.
Trios
Oh, good
hosted a
God.
Minecraft server, and he opened ports on it to all traffic. And I'm like, Trios, you know I can hack your computer with that, right? And he's like, what? No, you can't. I'm like, yeah, I can, because again, Windows XP at the time. I'm like, yeah, I can.
yeah.
He's
I
like, yeah,
remember.
bullshit. I'm like, all right, what's the IP address of your computer? So he gives me the server IP address that he's hosting off his computer. I'm like, all right, watch this. Telnet external IP. And I was like, all right, he's probably using the default Minecraft port as well. So I put the port in, hit enter. I'm like, oh, great, I'm in. Hey, Trios, watch this. Shut down. F. He's like, what the fuck? And the call just cuts off.
I wish I'd been there for that, but I think I was off. I was in class at the time,
You were in class.
which is part of why he was hosting, because I'd been hosting the server that we were running, and I forgot to leave it on for you guys when I left
Yeah.
that morning.
He got a quick
because
lesson in why you don't open to all traffic.
Yeah, well, the crazy part is like I set the server up and I just followed the guide, which also said, by the way, don't do this. Bad actors can fuck up your computer if you do this.
Yeah.
I don't know what's so hard about just following the fucking guide for Minecraft server setup.
Well, they
It's
gotta
not
read.
rocket science.
Reading is very hard, as we all know.
Yeah, you have to read. And then you have to comprehend what you read.
Oh, that's...
It's two very hard steps. He put distance between him and that garbage guild. Gabriel then cleared out his add-on data. In the raid of 6 mages and 2 warlocks, his DPS ranked first among all casters, and second overall, only behind the Thunder Fury Rogue.
Fury Road. I don't know. Wow, how good is Thunder Fury Rogue?
I'm sorry,
Sneaky's-
what?
Sneaky's confusion makes it sound like that
Thunder
was the
Fury?
dumbest thing he could have said.
Thunder
Gray's
Fury.
reaction also supports this idea of mine that this was the dumbest thing the
Yeah.
author could have picked.
Alternative DPS weapon for rogues. Offhand or
mean,
alternative?
Thunder Fury
Okay,
was
it's
a
an
decent one.
alternative bonus due to humans. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's. There was a lot of
But how?
debate about it being best in slot, and it was one of those things of like, yeah, if you somehow ended up with every single warrior in your guild already having the Thunder Fury, then yeah, sure, go ahead and equip a Thunder Fury to the rogue. But it was like not one of those things that you were going for as a rogue.
Yeah, like if the rogue got it,
Right.
cool, great, I've got it. But
But it requires you to go into Blackwing, but this is like the first time they're doing Blackwing, right? Because it just opened up. So how does he have Thunder Fury? Because I'm just reading it now.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
that's
other.
the-
Yeah, that's also true.
So
So
he
that
shouldn't even have it.
requires you to go to BWL home Blackwing Lair. So if you're going there,
Yeah, but
you
this guy in the
can't
story
do it,
just said that
especially if it's recent, because it requires a drop from a guy.
yeah.
And then you have
If
to
I'm
And
run
they
remembering
it
it
a
right,
couple
you
more
actually have to
times.
mind control
Yeah.
the guy
Yeah.
And
so that you can
yeah.
get the item.
Yeah.
and they said that Blackwing just opened up and they're rating it now. So there's no.
So
I
nobody
don't
would
think-
even know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's during WoW Classic, so they would, but because he hasn't gone back in time yet,
Yeah, this is WoW
they wouldn't
Classic.
have it yet. They wouldn't have it yet. That's the point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they wouldn't. They would, and if they did have it, they absolutely wouldn't put it on the fucking rogue. If they put it
No.
on the fucking rogue, if they somehow in the first run of BWL got Thunder Fury, the last person they would put it on is the fucking rogue. The entire
Unless-
guild would erupt.
Unless they're only running 6 mages, 2 warlocks, and the rest are rogues, or something that can't fucking equip it.
There's
And
no
There's
way
no
you're running
way.
BWL
Yeah,
without a single
know.
warrior.
I'm
You
calling
are
how
insane.
You have no
calling out
tank.
how bullshit it is. Yeah, I'm calling out how bullshit that is.
That's the item, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, the numbers were so low back then.
9 to 16 damage, plus 2 agility, plus 3 stamina.
Plus
1
That's-
2 agility, 4 damage a second.
35
So that was
major
retail.
damage. Though.
That's not the actual one. And in classic, I'm replacing. That's classic.
To 100.
Well, I
what
mean,
the
okay,
heck?
that's great. That's not well,
Yeah.
no, it's not that much.
I'm
better.
level 80. Yeah.
It's not much better. It is slightly more accurate, is what I'm getting at.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. It's a ×10 on the damage per second and an actual
They lowered
stat boost.
They
but
lowered the speed. Huh. Sword speed is lowered by 0.7.
yeah, classic was a bit different.
Classic was much different.
And I think it's one of the things that made it a good offhand for the rogue. But again, it was one of those
Yes.
cases of just like, yeah, the
Mhm.
rogue is not getting it first. Just like no.
Yeah, no.
The warrior is getting it first. Then, once every warrior has a Thunder Fury, hey,
Which is gonna
then
take you
a long
Oh.
time. Because the thing with Thunder Fury is not only do you have to craft it, you have to do an entire quest line,
Yeah.
which
also
is
2 warlocks. What the fuck are you doing with 2 warlocks?
you didn't. Yeah, so you had to start with Molten Core. Then you have to go to Elithis, and then that begins your quest line. Once you have both bindings, you also need the essence of a Fire Lord, which is a Ragnaros drop,
Yep.
and then you need Elementium Umbars,
Yep.
which the
were
only way
a
to
pain in the ass
get
to get.
those is to get the recipe from the guy, then
Yep.
and only then are you able to summon the boss, yes, so that you can fight for Thunder Fury.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
it is a entire process that takes months to
Yeah.
just get one.
Yeah.
It's better nowadays, but that's also just because yes, you can go through
Bless
it
you.
by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to power creep.
From now on, I'm only doing gold DKP. Opened his bags. Again, it's this weird dichotomy of like, I'm in the game,
Yeah.
but I'm also not in the game because he's like, he's talking about like his add-ons, but then he's also like, I look
Talking
at the
about his
bottom corner
character
of
like
the
it's him.
bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulls down shades. Hackerman, I'm in.
I have 41,000 gold. Everything I've been saving over the past 6 months
Wait.
in Classic. How the
Yeah.
fuck do you have 41k gold?
Yeah, no, in classic, no.
That's
There is.
insane.
So I can see that in like a year and a half, because there are multiple ways to make gold in there, but it depends entirely on what class you are and if you have a bot
but
farm.
like you have to be fucking injecting that shit into your veins 24/7 to be having that
Yes.
much gold in 6 months. Like that's
Wait.
ludicrous.
So
Yeah,
he
there's
chose
no
all
way
things
to do
solution,
that.
but then he's talking about his character Gabriel. Is that unannounced POV change between like first and whatever?
No, I think it's just a translation problem with how Chinese refers to people.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, again, this Classic had easier gold gathering because people knew the strategies and shit. But still, like having 100 gold in Classic was still crazy back
insane.
in the day. Like that was like you had 100 fucking gold. That's crazy.
No,
Yeah,
it was
like-
more along the lines of 1,000 to
Yeah, 1,000. I
5,000
really
was
watched.
when you got to it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for like casual
yeah.
players. I'm like, yeah, hardcore
Oh, yeah.
players would easily pass 100 gold, but like,
Yeah,
The guys that got
'Cause I
to level
recently-
60, yeah.
because I'm recently watching a series by a guy called G-Bay about his adventures in Classic, and I saw that he got a boss drop that he sold for like 40 gold. So I
yeah,
was thinking that
Yeah.
yeah, gold was very low in Classic, and really the only reason why the gold prices got crazy in Warcraft Classic, not original Warcraft, is because the amount of gold sellers that were running gold selling operations in Warcraft Classic were way higher and way easier to contact and way easier to access.
Yeah. Like
real
one of
money.
these spots that I actually know of.
Wait, I
You
know
know,
gold sellers also
fuck,
Chinese.
what was it?
Yes.
Desolus, the clams.
That kind of makes sense. 41,000 gold then the Chinese pick originally.
Yeah, but what
actually.
they were doing is they were doing shit like having 200 accounts running farming and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not a
Oh wait, I just
One of the
read
spots-
over 6 months he got that much. Never mind.
And
Yeah.
also, aside from buying potions and flasks, he barely spent anything. So one of the most expensive things in Classic WoW?
Yeah, potions were ridiculously expensive. Like the top tier stuff, if you didn't have a alchemist that was being funded by you via herbalism.
Question. Got a quick question. How much of this stuff that he's saying he has, how easy would it be able to get, not in Classic, but in current modern day WoW? Because this feels like a modern day player who's writing about Classic who's never played Classic.
No, this is more or less accurate for gold buyers in Classic, like 41k
Yeah.
gold. That's like, you don't understand. Like, shit was getting crazy. I remember last time I checked,
We
it
hit
was
not just the gold-
inflation critical
Because not just the
mass
Inflation
gold,
within
was
the
2
getting
Thunder,
months.
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
not just the gold, the Thunder Fury fuck up as if it's something that you could get on your own makes me think this is a modern day player that's doing stuff that people can do on their own to get, and is missing up the timeline of when it was actually possible to do.
I mean, I think it's more along the lines of they didn't play original WoW, and they probably didn't play Classic when these events were occurring, and so their understanding of the timeline was kind of warped. Now, I think maybe if you're going by like, oh, this is kind of based on a true story, and like they're like, this is how they went through Classic WoW, I could believe that. And
Oh,
I think
definitely.
what they're doing is they're changing timeline a little bit to fit better for a narrative, because it makes a better narrative for him to be, going through these issues now instead of several months into BWL being open and having put up with it for a whole year or some bullshit. There's sort of a difference there, right? But I think the case is that he probably came in late. He was probably actually a new player to WoW, and he wasn't aware of like the fact that Thunder Fury Rogue wasn't a thing that anyone did besides for, bragging rights, effectively.
Bragging rights
Yeah.
tryhards who were trying to get every single point of DPS they could.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh god,
if
Pippa, why you? What?
His
Do I
whisper
want to see how
window
Pippa
was
plays
flooded.
Crusader Kings?
He blocked every insult. The worst offenders were the raid leader's friends, including the 2 mages with terrible DPS that were given priority on items. He blocked them all. And a few minutes later, those shameless idiots switched to their ults and kept spamming him. He was left no choice. He reported all of them.
yeah, that for some people, yes, that is what they do. It's stupid.
He logged... yeah, I know people do that, yeah. He logged out of the game, shut down his computer, and glanced at... See, what I do is I actually have a special chat window that I specifically don't have whispers enabled on. So I just switch to that chat window so they don't even realize that I don't see them anymore.
Yes.
And I pissed a lot of people.
Yep.
Blood DK! Blood DK!
Hell yeah. Blood DK was so fucking good.
Blood DK can never die.
The DPS class that became the tank.
I am doing so much damage that my healing is outdealing the damage that I'm taking.
And then they made us actual tanks, which was
Yeah.
still good, but it was no longer as silly.
Man, if I didn't have to worry about making money anymore, I'd fucking ask you guys to try and like tutor me through fucking Classic WoW. It sounds like fun.
The real draw of Classic WoW is having played the original WoW and revisiting old memories.
Yeah.
As a new player, it sucks.
I mean, from what
Yeah.
I've seen as a new player, so does modern WoW. So
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Gray and I had a blast doing Mook 1 and Mook 2.
Mook 1 and Mook 2, we would just be doing battlegrounds and then kill that man, audit, bang, he's dead in 2 shots.
We would just 2v1ing people in battlegrounds in matching horde gear.
Yep. The only difference was our weapons.
wow.
It was
God.
so much fun.
They're just fucking around and honestly, fucking around in retail is way more fun, but the problem is that it's not fun anymore because it has been the end game
I'm
just
just-
makes it not worth it. Like,
Yeah.
sure, you're
I'm also
having fun
yeah.
playing with your friends, but then when you get to the end game of like, okay, now we actually have to start trying, and it's like, why are we trying?
I'm also confused. That same guy I saw trying Classic that I told you about, he tried Retail first, and one of the things he was confused about in Classic is, oh wait, enemies don't level scale with me anymore. Why did they
Yeah.
choose to level scale in Retail?
So
Even in
the
the starter
reason for
zones?
that, so prior to BF or Shadowlands, hence we had BFA, which the level cap was 120.
Mhm.
For the base stuff, you had 1 through 60 in all of the quote classic zones. Ones that
Yes.
got revamped in Cataclysm.
Mhm.
Once you hit the 70 to 80 range, or the 60 to 80 range, you got the choice of going to either Northrend or Burning Crusade.
Mhm.
Once you got to there, or got to 80, you got the choice of Cataclysm or Miss Pandaria.
Mhm.
And then at that point, it was Draenor, and then you finally did Legion, and then BFA.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did that 20 times.
Because Gray's crazy.
Yes, and I
Ah.
wanted a character of every class. So, going
And I
from
was
there,
also trying to do character every class, but eventually I kind of just got to the point where I was like, why am I doing this?
yeah, it wasn't fun at the end of the day. And when Shadowlands came out, they decided we're going to reduce the amount of levels back down to 70. Hey, was it 70? No, it was 60.
Yeah.
So they moved it down to 120 was now 50. And you level back up to 60. Because of that, they decided we're going to make every single thing effectively be a leveling zone that scales from 1 to 50 in some form or fashion. And you could go through whatever expansion that you wanted. Because some expansions do not hold up. Burning Crusade is awful.
It was cool at the time.
Oh, absolutely. But the design
And then
philosophy...
we got better stuff.
Well, the design philosophy for TBC was the same as vanilla WoW. You're going on a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrath of the Lich King started to stray away from that, but it still kept the core, and then Kata effectively reworked everything.
I see now. I just don't understand why they did it with these starting zones and not like just having late zones.
Yeah, well, the real problem with Kata was, I mean, I will say, the leveling in Kata was just god tier. But the real problem with Kata was that the end game kind of went from going on an adventure, because in previous eras, you had to do raid 1 to unlock raid 2 to unlock raid 3.
And you needed to do Dungeon 7 in order to unlock Raid 1.
Yeah. The problem was that in Kata, it became less of an adventure and more of a checklist. And not only that, the raids became significantly harder. Instead of, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Wrath of Lich King added quite a bit of mechanics to boss fights. Not that I didn't like that, but Kata boss fights were just like, I remember going into a fucking dungeon and we wiped, and I'm like, huh? We wiped in a dungeon?
I remember doing Madness of Deathwing.
Yeah,
I believe that was Dragon and Soul.
Yeah.
I did it. It was the most miserable experience known to man. Because the problem was the penultimate boss was you were fighting on Deathwing's back. You had to be on equal amounts of players on each side, and then you would move the entire raid over when he was going to do something. If you had an unequal amount, he would immediately, try and do a barrel roll, and if the barrel roll went through, everyone on that side was instantly dead.
Congratulations, you all died.
And of course, because players are still standing in fucking fire now 8 years into the game, you
There's
can
still
imagine
dot
how
effects.
great they did at counting.
Yeah.
Yes.
People
I'm
don't
gonna
count. What are you
guess
talking
they
about?
couldn't.
No,
And
they
that's
couldn't.
why. So, on top of that, the raid cap for that was 25, if I remember right. Unless you were
Yeah.
running your own specific guild outside the recommended, because everything scaled to 25 and then scaled much worse going further.
Yeah.
So you're trying to balance on this dragon with an odd number of people.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah. So Kato was very bad with that. The end game was not very good to begin with. Mop did a lot better in the PvE with raids and bosses. It toned it down a lot. It still made it more challenging, like Wrath was, but it was also a very bad storyline, is what I'm going to say, when it got to the later patches. Because it was just, Horde is bad, Horde is bad, Horde is bad.
Yeah.
The Horde's never been good.
No.
Yes. Yes.
But also, I've
we've always
noticed that
been
I
the
remember hearing
noble
about how
savage,
the
though.
yeah, I've also heard about how even though a bunch of it is Horde is bad, they also basically showed favoritism in boss fights when there was split between Horde and Alliance. The Horde always had the better bosses. Like Horde at one stage had facing Jaina, while the Alliance just had a random person. I'm pretty sure. Was that it?
No, that part was always cool. Like the
Battle of
Horde always
Desolor?
got cooler fights.
So Battle of Desolor was very different for what they did, because it was two entirely different raids based off of what faction you were. The ultimate boss for the Horde was Jaina. The ultimate boss for the Alliance was can't remember his name, but the King of the Zandalari and Bonsandi. And I never did that one. My guild imploded and shortly after doing the first raid. Rusticon, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to raid in BFA as a comeback, and it was, oh my god, the amount of mechanics.
It was so bad.
Oh god, without fucking all 90 billion fucking add-ons, like, okay, so at this stage of the boss fight, I can only let his debuff build up to 5 stacks, because at 6 stacks, before he applies the 6th stack, he does an unblockable, uninterruptible Omega hit, and if you have 6 stacks on you, then you die, but if you have 5 stacks on you, you drop to 10% HP, and then the healers have to quickly heal you before he does his follow-up attack that removes the last 10% of HP, but in stage 2, you have to build up to 9 stacks, because if you have less than 7 stacks, he kills you with a 1 hit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh god.
Doing that first raid was hell.
Yeah.
I was running with a group of guys that were relatively good. There were some that weren't very good. But overall, we had very good comms. We had me as the tank, which, not to toot my own horn, but I was the best tank in that damn guild. And the other tank was taking notes from me.
Listen, as long like any raid group can be reasonably successful as long as people possess the ability to fucking communicate. Like, truly,
Yes.
mechanical skills are largely secondary
No, you
to
don't understand.
Not nowadays,
we
though.
were VoIPing so hard. We were calling out left and right. We were keeping comms clear for tank calls. We were fucking
Yeah.
using markers. We were,
And
we
it
were
still
doing
wasn't enough?
We were
There
still
was-
wiping at least 3 times on every boss.
Jesus.
So
oh
there was a boss
At
that
least.
my group could not kill. It was a DPS check.
Yeah.
We did not possess
yes.
the DPS check, and so we died. Regardless of what the tanks did, what the healers did, we popped every single buff we could.
Yeah.
And still wasn't enough?
No.
How do you
Yeah.
beat that? Like, is there better gear you needed or something? Or just certain classes?
No, that's the worst part. It's so like by the time of BFA, WoW's ability system had it was okay, how to put this? And I think Gray will back me up on this. It was really fun when you were alone. It was really fun when you were in a dungeon. It was not
Yes.
fun when you were in a raid.
Ah.
Yeah, like everything that was the 1 to 5 was fun.
Yeah.
Once you had that second group,
Well, and not
once-
only just the second group, it was just the fact that so basically the ability system changed massively from what it used to be. In the old days, it was just, okay, my mana bar's at this percentage, I cast this spell, then I cast this spell, then I cast this spell, then I do this, then I do that, and then I recycle and I start again, right? Normal. But was it BFA or was it Legion that started really going hard on the procs? Where it was like, okay, so when I cast this spell, I have a 17% chance to activate this spell for free.
that was Legion.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was, Legion. And it's like, okay, and how do I know I have the chance to activate it for free? Oh, well, my mana bar will turn red for a second. And so it's like, okay, that's perfectly manageable when you're soloing. That's perfectly manageable when you're in a group of doing dungeons. But while you're in a raid and you have to keep track of all of these little flashing on-screen icons to tell you when your procs are going off to get off free abilities, extra DPS, chain damage, proc of procs of procs, etc. Because one of my builds for DK literally had chain procking, where my procs could proc another proc that allowed me to do 9 instant strikes of Rune Strike, and it would just explode things if it activated.
If. Big
That's
if.
that
And
was
like I said,
one of the things that was
very
really
fun
annoying.
when you were solo. Very fun when you were in a small group. Not fun
Yes.
when you're checking for all of that shit, while at the same time making sure you're no more than 10 meters, but no less than 5 meters away from every other person marked with a skull icon who is currently glowing green, but you also have to be near the person glowing blue because he is outputting a buff, but if you're a melee character, you have to be away from the guy glowing red because that's a melee debuff. So the range should be going towards the red guy, and then the boss will shout something and raise his arms in the air, and everyone has to quickly swap positions because now the red is a debuff for ranged, and the blue is a buff for melee. And it's just while also making sure all your procs are properly going off. And then you also had a DPS check on top of that.
Yeah, because if you spent too much time shuffling around, you lost your DPS check, and then the boss would yell something, and he would soften rage, and you'd have 10 seconds to finish killing him before he hard enraged and just went splat tank, splat group.
Yeah, basically.
So
and it's just
Soft Enrage was about 2 minutes, hints from the start before it got to that point. Generally, throughout Classic all the way to, want to say it was Mop. Then Draenor reduced it to 1 minute, and then Legion reduced it even further to 45 seconds.
Yeah. But still, point being, it was in a raid, and the problem is again, it's fine to do that sort of thing when you're in a 5-person group, because only 5 people have to do it correctly.
Yeah.
But when you're in a 10-person group and all 10 people have to do it correctly, oh, God forbid you're doing a heroic 20-man, and now 20 people have to do this perfectly.
25.
Because if a single, sorry, 25. Because if a single person doesn't do it perfectly, you failed the DPS check and die.
So I'm going to use an example that my group did.
Or the mage doesn't get enough 40% procs and he doesn't do the high enough DPS despite everyone doing everything correctly, so you die. Or the healer didn't get his flash heal free cast proc off at the right moment when the tank was taking damage, so he used up too much mana in the wrong moment, so he ran out of mana for the big hit and then he died. And it's just like, oh my god.
So mana wasn't really an issue, it was always cooldowns. The only exception was Arcane Mage, whose entire gimmick was, I can do a shit ton of damage, but I use ridiculous amounts of mana.
Yeah, sure. I was just using it as an example. Right?
Yeah. That is, yeah. Back in the days before Legion, that was absolutely what was happening, though.
Yeah.
Legion just completely overhauled every single class, made them unique, which I do enjoy because the specs all felt different.
Yeah.
Some of the specs, though, were completely busted. Looking at you, Disc Priest, that can deal damage and heal at the same time.
We do not talk about Disc Priest in this house.
We talk about them simply because we must hate them, for they exist.
It's funny how priests have been broken in multiple patches, and then also in Hearthstone.
That was the start of WoW's PvP going into the absolute shitter.
So the real problem with Disc Priest was that everyone knew Disc Priest was one of the mains of one of the few people that was actually QA testing the game. So the real problem was there was supposed to be QA testing for all of the classes. Obviously, this didn't fucking happen. And it was druids and disc priests that were being QA tested the most. So they got the most balancing. Most balancing in what way? Being overpowered.
Yeah.
Mostly because the only 2 classes that were getting consistent updates were Druid and Disc Priest. And so they were competing with each other.
So it was specifically the Disc Priest because the Shadow Priest effectively was a non-starter. It was only damage. It sucked at dealing damage because it was slow as hell. It used a lot of channels, and the only time it could kill somebody was with power word kill, which required you to get into execute range. Now, Holy Priest was also bad simply because it took too long, even though it had one of the highest heal per seconds in the entire game. Because its cast times were too long, you couldn't mitigate it, and it was just bad. And in a non-PvE place, because those cast times were interruptible. And at that point, if you got interrupted, you got locked out of your entire tree of skills, and you had nothing. Disc Priest, because it used healing with shadow magic, and then also healing with light magic, just got to ignore interrupts. Because each interrupt overwrote the other interrupt. And every time you interrupted, the interrupt timer went down until you were immune to interrupt. So yeah, Disc Priests were a problem. Druids were less so, but that's just because the Druids are never really great, because the Druids follow the same line of logic as D&D. they're fucking dumb.
Well, I would say druids are never great because they're always doing that's the thing. Druids are always doing everything.
They're
They
balanced
also
around.
changed. They also changed entirely into a hot class.
Yeah.
Everything about them is hot. They have effectively no single target heals anymore. It is just
Yeah.
heal over time, heal over time, heal over time. And you can burst those heal over times to hit all at once, but that's a cooldown that lasts like 3 minutes. But yeah, WoW, retail WoW is interesting. It's good in a 1 to 5, a person, in dungeon or group, and you can have a whole bunch of fun with any part of the game aside from TBC, specifically just because it's never been updated. Everywhere else, completely fine.
Yeah.
And you can have fun. It's just the moment that you hit effectively, I'm going to say Shadowlands, hence is the definitive area. Shadowlands was fun going through and playing it. I enjoyed the areas. I enjoyed the enemies that were there. The storyline was god awful. And then going to Dragonflight, it wasn't necessarily bad, especially because the stated goal was a refresher. We aren't in a world-ending conflict like we had been for the past
7 expansions.
Yeah, we hadn't been in a world-ending conflict literally for a long-ass time. But because of,
I mean,
but also because of that,
yes
it
and-
was shitty.
Yeah.
Did you say yesn't?
Yesn't.
Yes, and yeah, I've heard that used before.
Yes, that's used.
No, I know it's used.
I even used it.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
like,
Sneaky,
the
and I'll
problem
continue.
is that like they've started relying far too much on borrowed power.
Yeah.
Power that your character loses at the end of the expansion pack, and it makes the expansion pack feel more like a battle pass season than an expansion pack that you're fucking paying money for.
Yeah. Like Legion, BFA, and Shadowlands all did that. Legion was the worst of the bunch because of the artifacts being the main gameplay loop. It was how you got your main thing. It was your main weapon, and you swap between them on your specs. Once it was over, you were left with a shitty weapon that was worthless. You didn't really get any new cool cosmetic weapons. And for the most part, you just had your honestly
the real
decent
problem
looking
was
weapons.
it was a cool idea. Oh yeah, finally my paladin gets the Ashbringer, and it's like, yep, and so does every other paladin as part of the opening quest line for the expansion. And it's like, oh, so we all just have the Ashbringer now.
Yes.
Cool.
And
don't you mean our Ashbringer, comrade?
And it's not even like it was back in the old days when you could still get the corrupted Ashbringer.
Yeah.
Because you can get the corrupted Ashbringer in new one because it's a cosmetic skin that you could change into your Ashbringer to have. There were 16 variants to every single artifact.
And they were all just cosmetic skins. Which, again, they were cool. They looked really sick. But the problem is that everyone had them.
Everyone had them unless you literally could not do the quest or do the achievement that went with them.
Yeah.
because there was like the Mage Tower, I believe it was called, over on
Yeah.
Broken Shore.
Yeah.
No one except for the tryhards who had raid gear could do that.
Yep.
Because it was a one player in your spec fighting some elite bullshit.
Yeah.
And unless you knew the mechanics by heart, had every single pot and consumable ready to go, you died.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, it was fun, but it was super grindy. And then at the end, they were like, all right, well, I know you've spent the past year grinding away on
2 years.
improving this weapon. 2 years, 2 years. Grinding away, improving this weapon, and getting all these cosmetics for it, and upgrades, and basing your entire class's gameplay around it. But you have to give it away now. The ending cinematic is you depowering your artifact. It doesn't give you anything anymore because a new expansion pack's coming out. And there's a new artifact you have to grind to get
The Heart of Azeroth,
power-ups.
which it was really bad.
It was a worse version of the previous legendary artifact.
Oh.
And the problem with it was your neck piece.
Yeah.
So it was one of your worst item slots, period. And a lot of the abilities that came with it were stuff that did not matter, and you had one ult ability that you could use with it. I don't remember what everyone was using, but it was one of the damagers, which was either a beam that couldn't be interrupted, it didn't hit multiple people, or a single targeted mass burst damage.
Yeah, it was just...
But BFA was bad in that regard, and it got even worse on the last patch because we got the corrupted gear. Infinite stars, baby!
Don't you love Infinite Stars?
Which, for those that don't know, because it's no longer in the game, Infinite Stars was a buff that could be put onto a random piece of armor. Whenever you did anything in the game, the nearest enemy target that you were engaged in combat with would get hit by a star. This put a permanent debuff on him that increased the damage from infinite stars. This stacked with every single person that had infinite stars.
Oh,
Oh,
it stacked
that's incredibly
up
stupid.
It stacked up to 999. Most things died at 30. Bosses in the raid died at 50 infinite stars.
Oh.
Yes. So that was just one of the 3 busted combat abilities. Because there was a raid group of random pugs, level 120 fire mages, and they just used fireball.
Yeah, very
and
exciting.
They killed them because they kept proccing everything. There was not a single healer. There was not a single tank.
Yep. It's like, look, I understand it's really hard to keep an MMO going after, jeez, 20 years, but
22.
But it's just like, there was a point in time when they should have just hung the hat up and said, all right, WoW 2 time. We're going to overhaul the systems. We're going to overhaul how everything's handled. And they didn't do it. I don't know why they didn't do it, but they didn't do it. And
they honestly should have done it with WoD or Mists.
They honestly should have done it at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. Like, that should have been the ending of WoW. Cataclysm should have been the start of WoW 2. Oh, hey, everything's changed.
Yeah.
Everything exploded.
Like, I can understand why at the time they decided not to. And Cataclysm, when they released it, was handled decently well. It was only the end game that sucked for it.
They lost half their player base.
Yes. when it first started, it looked promising, and then as the content for those level 80s came out,
Yeah.
it was dead. There
Yeah.
was nothing there, which didn't help them. Help matters that it was 80 to 85 rather than the
Yeah.
10 level gap that everyone else was used to for expansions at that point.
Yeah.
Plus, you had 5 zones.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were the 80 to 82. 2 of them were
Anyway,
the
WoW
82
makes
to
us
84.
sad and disappointed at life because it's sad and disappointing, and we spent way too much time playing it. But yeah, so anyway, if anyone was caring about what happened at the end of the chapter, he wakes up, it's 2004 again, and he's like, holy shit, Blizzard is running the game. Oh my god. But, basically, from what I'm getting from the chapter titles, which are pretty descriptive, I'm going to be honest, is that effectively he is making the name for himself of being the first player to always discover everything.
Which that's not how games work in this, especially not an MMO.
The initial excitement
Anyway,
faded, and
it's
Gabriel
9 o'clock,
realized something was
and
different.
WoW makes
World
me
of
sad.
Warcraft's beta didn't launch globally. It launched in North America, later rolling out overseas. Things are different. He didn't start playing on day one. He joined the game a year late, and he was a casual at the time.
That's what you get for being Chinese. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Dad.
Yeah. It's why
fucking hate
I
that the
enjoy
first thing I
doing
hear
Scarab.
of when I think of
Yeah,
that goddamn song is Mario Land.
Yeah.
Like part of the fun as well with Scarab is making the game omake section.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's
yeah,
just so
totally,
much being able to go, what would Blizzard do in this situation with what we have planned? And going, oh, this is what they would do. Oh, they screwed up because they put too much time in this area and they forgot to add a flight master. Because that would be something that Blizzard does.
it's
Especially
something
with
that
how
Blizzard
much.
has done.
Yes. They've done it 3 times, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have issues with a lot of stuff. And I just enjoy making those game omakes and going, this is what we could have had if they had maybe waited a little bit longer or done something a little different. Because especially with Wrath, they had a lot of new technology. They loved using that in several areas. So why not use it a bit more?
We could
They
have
used
had
it
this if we were
extensively
a
in
real
Kata.
country.
Like just taking the Dragonblight one, since that's out there or in the wilds. We have 2 entirely different things, and Blizzard's testing. Do people like this more condensed storytelling for quest lines? What don't they like about it? Okay, people like that the quests are really close together. Nowadays they don't like the having to go across the entire zone for your entire quest line. What about what we're doing with Zoldrak? Do people like this kind of thing? Okay, they don't like this specific aspect. We're not going to do it anymore. And just going across that entire thing. And then we get Grizzly Hills, and Grizzly Hills is gonna be fun.
Finally getting to Grizzly Hills is gonna be. I'm gonna be interested to see how people react to it. To be honest,
That's going to be great. We got 2 chapters, including the current one, until the boom happens. And at that point, people are going to be, oh shit moments. Also, the fucking cinematic we both witnessed is just, I wish we could get Hurricane to make something for that, but we don't pay enough for him.
yeah, no fucking way.
There's no way in hell.
Oh boy! All right,
That man is an animating god.
I'll be excited to see what he does. But
yep, later this month.
there is always more.